Means in layman term, okay, for any other people who just learning how to write, Turnitin AI, when it scans these documents, right, it can statistically identify the parameters of grammar, vocab, structure, tone, and some undisclosed parameters. Of course, they have their own patented software and so on, so they won't be disclosing everything. They combine all these parameters that I just mentioned, all of these parameters, to identify whether it is AI written or not. Whether it's AI generated, could be ChatGPT, could be anything, Perplexity and so on. And then AI paraphrase is the same AI, it's the same bloody AI generating and paraphrasing. No difference to that. That is why statistically Turnitin AI does the matching and shown 100% AI generated. This is the sentence. If you look at the first sentence and the second sentence, there is no connectivity whatsoever. So now, let's go to human-based paraphrasing round 1. Make sure your tracking is on and you delete the whole sentence. So deletion down. Now let's paraphrase. Okay, done. What I did was very simple. I combined these two sentences for a better flow and uniformly have a very nice information combining. But my question to all of you, will this become Turnitin AI 0%? The answer is no, unfortunately. It's still detected as AI generated sentence. Look at that, 69 bloody %. Therefore, let's go to round 2, paraphrasing, by applying the change of voice method. Done. Here, I used interrelated instead of interconnectedness to tone down the styles, and I also changed the second sentence to be an active sentence now with complex structure. I've complicated it now, okay, purposely. So now the Turnitin should be 0%, right? It is not 0%. It is 36%, which is so from this now, round 3, we rewrite. I added driving work to emphasize the uniformity of the clause that expresses the result of the previous clause. This will make the sentence feel more fluid, like how a human would tell the story. That's important. Human, us, alright, we need to tell the story. So, still not understanding what the hell I just did in these 3 rounds? Don't worry, I understand. It is difficult. That's why we offer these services, these paraphrasing services, under our human-based paraphrasing service for all of you, to make sure that you guys don't get stuck with Turnitin AI. We guarantee Turnitin AI 0%. Zero when we do it. But you guys need to give us a bit of time, definitely. Alright? Now, let's get into the explanation of this round number 3. By using interlink instead of interrelated now, and I changed the driving word, I also softened the tone even further. The 2 sentences will have more complex structure. Complex. And now, let's wait for the result. Turnitin AI 0%. Finally, that's how we do it. That's how complicated our life is, unfortunately. Alright, so this is how you manually paraphrase your sentence for free on your own. Alright, that's definitely difficult, but practice will make it perfect. Nothing to worry, practice will definitely make it perfect. I never born knowing how to write English properly. Okay, I learned, hustle, and this is what we can do now. Okay, we formulated the method now, how to beat Turnitin AI. So all the context maintained, few rounds of solid rewriting. This is just one paragraph. If you have 300 pages of thesis, if you have 20 pages of journal, if you have 10 pages of assignment, calculate the timing, guys. Turnitin AI humanizing tool will never work, and we can guarantee Turnitin AI to hit 0%. See all these graduates today, all these guys, they all once upon a time, not once upon a time, like just last year, they mistakenly used Grammarly. They didn't know that Grammarly is being detected, and they hit Turnitin AI more than 80%. And at the very last minute, we actually helped them out to graduate. And that's what happens. All individual clients here, we consulted their entire thesis. But to save cost, of course, they wanted to use Grammarly to proofread. But unfortunately, they had to come back. So that's what happens now. This is why you look at this funnel, right? This entire paraphrasing steps, right? How we construct the sentence. This is why human brain is far superior compared to AI when it comes to creative academic writing. At the end of the day, humanizing tool is still an AI tool, guys. AI. How you going to use AI to remove AI? It doesn't work. Alright. Sometimes, only sometimes, humanizing tool may beat Turnitin AI by totally changing the context. It would mean something else altogether. I have proven it before in one of my videos on TikTok. This is the video using Walter Wright's. Okay. Totally destroyed the context. 100% student will fail. It's unavoidable. When your context is changed, the only thing you can do is you get failed. That's it. Okay. So here is a complete paraphrasing training template for all of you to practice on your own, so that you guys don't need to pay anyone for paraphrasing. If you guys want this template, hit the subscribe button. There is a notification right there, right? You see that button there? It's free. Just hit it. Nothing will happen to you. Alright, this is also free. And the comment down there, please comment that you need the template. My guys will get in touch with you. Turnitin AI, 0% guaranteed. Free classes for PhD master students on class number 1, literature review analysis using Google Scholar, ChatGPT with AI persona prompting. Class number 2, critical review and research gap with Google Scholar as well, but we are combining Scopus and ChatGPT this time. Class number 3, how a student failed PhD defense due to AI and how you all can avoid it. And final class number 4, systematic review and how to publish Scopus, Web of Science before proposal defense. So in case if you want to recap or you never attended live sessions before, come and join these classes for free. Free. Wait, the registration information is coming up now. So class number 1 is on 21st January. Very, very soon, 21st January. Class number 2, you can see here, 22nd January. Class number 3, 27th January. And class number 4, 28th January. So you guys will be prepped before we launch into our PhD this year. So you guys want to register for the classes, right? Find the link in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe and hit notification bell as well. Okay, click the button. You'll be arriving at this particular page. Click this link, join our WhatsApp group, and the rest I will share in the WhatsApp group. See you guys. Let's write chapter 1 introduction section together today. In the next videos, we shall discuss background, problem statement, RO, RQ, and all of it in chapter 1. If you want me to discuss all the sections in the next and the next and the next videos, make sure you comment what specific sections you would like me to cover the most in the coming videos. So, on the same topic as the previous video here, technique to eat bread with a chopstick for breakfast. Now, let's modify my chapter 1 introduction template for this topic right here. So, in step number 1, we start with a very, very broad intro for this particular topic. So all of you can see the title of this particular thesis topic, that, just for fun's sake. The anchor of this title is breakfast. Why so? Why breakfast? Because if you look at this title, without the word breakfast, this entire topic won't exist. It will all fall apart. There is no chopstick, there is nothing else. It's only breakfast that is pulling the whole topic together. So the whole paragraphing for step 1 should follow a funnel concept, starting with the most broadest context, why breakfast is important for a human. And then you narrow down, what are the usual meals for breakfast? Narrow down further, what happens if you skip breakfast? That is step number 1. And the full write-up would be like this, where breakfast is often referred to as the most important meal of the day. And then you talk about the overnight fasting period where it restores glucose levels. You're basically showing how important is having breakfast, which essentially strengthens the title, the anchor. If you look at the anchor again, right, it strengthens why breakfast is important. That will give an edge to the readers why this topic is so important. Then you can see further explanation where we talk about periods of sleep, the body needs fuel to kickstart metabolism, enhance concentration, talk about improved performance both physically and mentally. It really signifies breakfast. That means it signifies the topic itself, why we need to talk about this. And then we can also rope in some studies which talk about people who eat a balanced breakfast tend to have better memory, attention span, problem solving skills, and all these other mechanisms that comes along as an advantage with breakfast. Followed by that, you talk about children, students, breakfast, all these other additional points. Step number 2, further explanation of the body, in this case the breakfast itself, with literature review. In this continuation of the funnel, now you bring in statistics on the types of food for breakfast. Next part, how common is bread compared to any other food across different cultures and countries. Now, for step number 2, after all that funnel explanation, we go into the details. You see that whole detail up there, the whole write-up. So breakfast habits vary globally. You're going down the funnel now. You talk about the entire perspective of breakfast. So you talk about surveys provide insights into what people usually eat, and then you bring in some statistics, right? So in 2022, Statista survey showed that around 59% of adults regularly eat bread or toast, which supports your entire topic, right? And then followed by eggs, 58%. So it basically emphasizes that people eat breads the most. People eat bread all over the world the most compared to any other breakfast. So that shows why you need to introduce chopstick specifically for bread, just for the fun of it. Okay, then you can see they talk about coffee, and then over 60% Americans starting their day with coffee along with breakfast. Then they also talk about UK, okay, where National Diet and Nutrition Survey reported about 70% of households include bread products, toast, sandwich, rolls. So this again further amplifies, further concrete up the entire bread topic. And then you talk about Japan, you talk about Malaysia. You can keep adding. Don't add too many countries. I think that's enough already. You got Japan, Malaysia, UK, US, and so on. That's enough to strengthen, and we have of course China as well. That is enough to strengthen the statistical part of the significance of having bread for breakfast. So this segment is done. Okay, step 1 done, step 2 done. So next, steps 3 and 4 comes together, where according to the template we talk about other involved parties and bodies, which in case basically the literature more literature on the core issue. So continuing down the funnel, just for an example, we're going to rope in WHO here. So just for an example's sake, according to World Health Organization, not having breakfast is not worse compared to having breakfast in a wrong technique. Without this, okay? So whether you eat bread or any other breakfast, hygiene is vital. Therefore, doing that is not very good. That's what we're trying to establish in introduction itself. But if you realize, we never talk about chopstick at all, because we're going to leave that for the background section. So the detailing part, step 1 we have seen, step 2 we have seen. Now is the step 3 detailing write-up for this particular template, where we can start with according to World Health Organization. Now we bring in all the international organization, and the way food is consumed just as important as the type of food itself. So they say skipping breakfast while skipping breakfast has its risk, eating breakfast in the wrong technique or under unhygienic condition, holding it like this, can be even more harmful. So now we are driving the entire topic towards the background and the problem statement, because we want to introduce chopstick, this instrument right here. We need to introduce this. So we need to start that somewhere from introduction, and that's what we are doing right here. So for an instance, consuming contaminated food, sharing utensils without proper cleaning, or eating with unwashed hands can directly expose a person to foodborne illness, gastrointestinal infections, and other health risks. Next, step 5, summary. Overall, it is very important to deep dive into not only breakfast, but due to the absorbing capacity of bread towards bacteria, handling it during a breakfast requires more care. Now is the most surprising part, surprise, of the entire video today. This is how, up there, AI would write the introduction. If you read what ChatGPT 5 PhD level ChatGPT had given, if you read that, no introduction. Background had jumbled it all together. We start speaking about cutlery very early, but never spoke about why cutlery is brought into the picture. We don't even know why if you read it there. I don't know why bread from Western diets were combined with chopstick for the reason of cultural intersection. Doesn't make sense whatsoever. You cannot even form an idea. And worst of all, look at the problem statement. You only get that. That doesn't say anything. Okay? This is the whole problem of using AI without knowing what you need. And you will just copy and paste that and destroy your entire thesis. That's where everything goes wrong. So, don't copy and paste from AI without understanding what you need. So in the next video, we're going to jump into background. Introduction done. Next is background, then problem statement, then the rest. How would you start the background section for this particular topic? This is the full topic. How would you do it? Do comment here. Don't forget, I need your opinion and your ideas. With that, don't forget, make sure you subscribe and comment on your ideas for the next section of chapter 1. Please do not ask AI for answer. Use your logical thinking. How would you do it? Free classes for PhD master students on class number 1, literature review analysis using Google Scholar, ChatGPT with AI persona prompting. Class number 2, critical review and research gap with Google Scholar as well, but we are combining Scopus and ChatGPT this time. Class number 3, how a student failed PhD defense due to AI and how you all can avoid it. And final class number 4, systematic review and how to publish Scopus, Web of Science before proposal defense. So in case if you want to recap or you never attended live sessions before, come and join these classes for free. Free. Wait, the registration information is coming up now. So class number 1 is on 21st January. Very, very soon, 21st January. Class number 2, you can see here, 22nd January. Class number 3, 27th January. And class number 4, 28th January. So you guys will be prepped before we launch into our PhD this year. So you guys want to register for the classes, right? Find the link in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe and hit notification bell as well. Okay, click the button. You'll be arriving at this particular page. Click this link, join our WhatsApp group, and the rest I will share in the WhatsApp group. See you guys. Persona prompting versus funnel prompting. Which of these prompt technique would be the best for your thesis writing using AI in this current age? No matter you use ChatGPT, Perplexity or any other AI tools. These are the 2 well-known techniques, and let's find out which of these 2 would be the winner today. If you don't know either of these techniques, then you are not doing it right at all. Before we continue, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and comment down there what kind of prompting techniques you've been using all this while. Okay, so now let's start. A, funnel prompting. Step number 1. In ChatGPT, like this, you start the funnel by asking a question on what it knows about your interest, like this. This is a very good example that you can see. And from this example, you want to write a problem statement for PhD now. So, as you can see now, it may provide a problem statement for various level of studies. You can look at all the results here. Now, step number 2. If you need it for bachelor's or PhD, then prompt it differently. Okay, you can look at here. Example, here we ask the difference between bachelor and PhD level problem statement. So basically what I'm doing here is I am bringing the AI down a funnel. Okay, a funnel step by step. Because the understanding is very, very broad when it comes to AI. The fellow knows so many different things, right? So I want to make sure that the fellow is focused into what exactly I want. So I take from a very broad question, and I talk about problem statement, then I go into the level of study, then slowly I will go down through the details. Now, step number 3. once it understood the differences between PhD and bachelor level, which I believe it really won't, I don't think it has that ability yet, okay? As per what Dennis Hassabis already mentioned, okay, you guys can go and read this article, very, very good article. AI still don't understand context and doesn't have the capability of reasoning, okay? If you don't have that both, you won't even know the difference between a bachelor's and a PhD and a master's. You won't know the difference, okay? Even us, imagine you don't understand I cannot understand the difference between bachelor. I cannot understand the difference between PhD. I don't know what is master's. Anyway, we follow the process. Now, we prompt for it, the AI, to create a PhD level problem statement in the area of entrepreneurship and strategy for small, medium enterprises, SME. This is part of the thinking model. It is supposed to be the most advanced AI model in the world. As you can see, it's not lengthy enough. It's too simple. For bachelor level, I think okay lah. It's acceptable. But for a PhD level, I don't think so. All right, because PhD, you are explaining out of literature a very, very, very detailed problem statement that you want to convince the world that you are the first one to do it. Right? That's very, very important when it comes to PhD. And also lack of strong justification. Lack of strong justification. Remember that phrase. Without justification, you can never get your PhD. And to be honest, too significantly simple for PhD level. Now, whatever mentioned in the first paragraph as part of the research gap on entrepreneurial process and international SMEs, just look at this Google Scholar search here. Okay, these are the keywords I've used. Look at the second paper. It had completed that entire work, done, already published. This is what AI do. It just recycles and recycles and recycles and recycles. It cannot think on its own for a new solid answer. It can aggregate information. Okay, it's a very good aggregator. Now, the question comes, can persona prompting write a problem statement or research gap for PhD level or not? A bit unique idea. Can or not persona prompting? What do you guys think? Novel problem statement or fake problem statement? Persona prompting is about personifying your AI into a real thinking individual. Okay, so all this while you are thinking AI is some computer somewhere, right? Persona prompting will sort of let the AI imagine itself as a real being, as an actual being. So let's find out. If you look at my prompt here, I have asked the AI to be a professor. Saw that or not? Professor, 30 years of experience with publication, and then create a PhD level problem statement about entrepreneurship and strategy. Exactly the same topic, exactly the same. We do apple to apple comparison. So what happens? What is the outcome? So this is the outcome. Look at that. All right. If we scroll through this entire outcome, it is definitely slightly lengthier. The citations are quite old. Quite old. I can understand. I can see that it's quite old. Because when we mention Scopus and Web of Science publication, it can't access those databases. So it can only provide very old index journals that can be found on ResearchGate or some third-party websites, not through Scopus or Web of Science, because it's behind paywall. Nonetheless, let's compare the gap given by persona prompting and funnel prompting. Let's compare and find out. First paragraph here spoke about how and under what conditions entrepreneurial strategies generated international advantage for SMEs. While funnel prompting said the exact same thing as well. The exact same thing. No difference. It explained how and under what conditions, instead of the keyword strategy, it used conditions. That's it. Exactly the same outcome. Instead of international advantage in persona, okay, persona used international advantage, right? Funnel used international strategies. Same stuff written differently. That's it. All right. For second paragraph, if you look at the second paragraph, if we compare side by side again, funnel prompting went straight into the gap. All right, straight, right into it. However, persona speaks about entrepreneurial orientation and dynamic capabilities in international SMEs. Yes, dynamic capabilities in international SMEs. Sounds very familiar, right? Sounds familiar or not? Familiar or not? Did you hear that word somewhere? Dynamic capabilities, international SMEs. You have heard of it somewhere. It's supposed to come. Yes, it is existing. Remember the Google Scholar Okay. Now, number two, prompting might look like generating different outcomes. This is what everyone says. If your AI doesn't give good answer, you prompt it wrongly. There is no such thing. Look at these two different prompting. The most recommended technique, still the same garbage. All right, still the same garbage, literally. For PhD level, this is garbage. We are coming to an end. As a conclusion, you see the recent Hong Kong University scenario? Apart from what I've shared, this is the recent scenario. Hong Kong University. All right, Hong Kong University. Number one university in Asia. Look at the students' faith. She published fake information, got exposed. She, her supervisor, and her co-author all got exposed publicly. This is so humiliating. Don't simply believe what influencers are saying just for the sake of money. Tell the truth, guys. Tell the truth. AI is really not there yet to create a genuinely new idea or literature review for you. It's just gonna screw up big time. Please do your own work yourself. Otherwise, you're going to really suffer in this coming 3 years' time, or maybe more than that. Alright, so wish you guys all the best. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and start thinking on your own. Good luck. Free classes for people. Okay, I am mute ready. Okay, so hi, very good afternoon, everyone. Hi, guys, how are you all? Hello, hello, hello. Kelvin, mute, Kelvin. Okay. So we are live on YouTube and also Facebook. Okay. I hope everything is clear. All right, everything is clear. So for the colleagues who couldn't join Zoom, I don't know for whatever reason, there is some demographic problem. So I've already made it live. Last class, if you missed Devin, no problem. You can watch it on YouTube. Hi, everyone. We are almost still got many waiting room. Okay, slowly we're accepting. So if any of your colleagues couldn't join, please ask them to join on YouTube. Okay. So I will, my colleague now will share the link in all the groups to join via YouTube and also Facebook. Okay. So thank you again, guys. Today is our fourth class for this, for the last year's class that we are repeating. So today is the last one. After this, we'll be moving into chapter 1. Okay, chapter 1 classes. Let me admit everyone first. Okay, so we are almost full house already. Okay, so YouTube, everyone is good on YouTube. People are watching on the YouTube, please kindly share the class with your colleagues as well. Help me out. On Facebook as well, please share the class to your colleagues. Just hit the share button only. You can tag your friends also if you want to on Facebook. YouTube, I'm not sure whether you can tag or not. Yeah. Okay, so, okay, fantastic. Sorry, because still people joining. That's why I'm trying to admit all of them first. Admit all. Yeah, so many screens. I have 3 screens to look at because many couldn't join the Zoom. I don't know what's wrong. And then pity them, they cannot attend the class. So I want to make sure that everyone can attend and benefit from the class. That's why I had to broadcast on Facebook and YouTube as well, so that we don't miss out anyone. So yeah, jam. Yeah, kind of jam I rasa. Tapi some of them got demographic problem lah. Tapi dah full house dah dekat Zoom. Okay, so done. All right, so I will close down. Just one moment. Yeah, internet problem also kan. Tadi also my apology, we shared the wrong link for the class. My colleague shared the wrong link for yesterday's class. Yeah, the link. Yeah, so that's why we shared again. Yeah, sorry about that also. Yeah, yeah, okay. So now we'll be sharing all the YouTube ones as well. YouTube will be sharing and then we'll start now. Yeah, wrong link. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I only realized. Luckily, one of the students sent me. She sent print screen of the wrong topic, yesterday's topic. Then we realized like, there we go. Okay, that's the problem. So we shared again to everyone. Okay, so now we are full house ready. Let me all YouTube link. Yes, I'm sharing. YouTube link. Okay. Okay, done. YouTube link and FB link to for others. Yep. Okay, Kelvin, you can start sharing already. Okay, so I think, okay, still got people joining. Oh, dah, 300 dah. Okay, my advice to everyone, please make sure you stay in the Zoom because if you exit now, 100% you cannot come in. Unless towards the mid of the class, then people start exiting, then probably you can try to join back lah. Tapi kalau you drop from the call, then you can go and join via YouTube or Facebook lah. Okay, so try your best to not exit the class. So we are full house already successfully. The rest all I can accept already. All drop already. Okay, so my advice to everyone, do not exit the Zoom link. Okay, so again, very good afternoon to everyone. I think we can get started already. I'll let my colleague to deal with the rest. Um, Okay, so my colleague here will be sharing WhatsApp link as well. Okay, whoever not haven't joined in any of our groups, you guys can join. We'll be sharing in YouTube. We'll be sharing on Facebook also our WhatsApp group link. So in case if you if you are not in any of our WhatsApp group, then you can join. If you are in any of our WhatsApp group, then no need to join. Okay, because you're already in that group. All right. So I'll leave that to that. So now let's get started with the class. The excitement starts. Dung dung dung. Okay. All right. So share screen one. Okay, there we go. Okay, so let me open the chat box first. Chat opened. Okay, lepas tu participants also opened. Please keep your chat box open. Okay, and then spotlight for everyone. Continue. Okay, done. Okay. All right. So let's get started. All setting done ready. So to everyone here, can you all hear me clearly? Can see my video and can see my slides also? Please let me know.
Sure, Prof. You're able to see.
Okay, fantastic. Let me close my WhatsApp. Otherwise, it'll go ding dong all the time. Okay, so. All right, done. Okay, good. So today we are in our fourth class, okay, which is a recap of last year's class. I think I've mentioned this in the previous three classes also. Okay, because before we move into our chapter one classes, okay, which is going to be the full-fledged class for this year, 2026, I would like to recap so that everyone can understand what happened last year. Whoever missed out from last year can benefit as well. Some of them love to rejoin, like Azlan. Azlan is very, very energetic. Thank you, Azlan, for joining again. Okay, and then no worries, bro. So we are going to focus on Web of Science Scopus systematic review, 2 papers before proposal defense. Okay, I believe especially in Malaysia, we have requirement to publish at least 1 or 2 papers. Most of it requires minimum Scopus. Some of it even require minimum Web of Science. If you're in science faculty, engineering, usually they also require you to publish Web of Science, depending on university lah. Okay. So before we go into all that, I want to see how many of you are joining me for the first time today. Never joined my classes before. Please let me know in the chat box how many of you joining my class for the very first time, and also on YouTube and Facebook also. If you're joining my class for the very first time, please let me know. Okay, for the very first time, for the very first time, if you're joining me, please let me know. YouTube, Facebook also, Zoom pun. Banyak juga. Second, some second, first timer, second, first session. Okay. Wah, banyak first time juga. Okay. Alright. More, anyone? First timer? Never joined before? Okay, there got first timer there. YouTube. Okay, very first time. All right. Okay, so for all the first timers, for the benefit of first timers, so let me pick up where to watch the replay of the previous classes. Okay, let me just show you very quickly. So this is my Facebook channel. Ish, jam pula. What happened now? Okay. Sorry, one moment. Okay, let me go to YouTube. I don't want to jam my whole system because many screens are running. So I don't want to jam my channel. Okay, so this is our channel. Okay, we have about 10.3K subscribers, which is not too bad. Okay, that's our YouTube link. Let me share on YouTube as well. That's our YouTube channel. I'll share on Facebook as well. Facebook link, yeah, definitely. So let me also put the Facebook link on Zoom. Okay, on Zoom. Jangan tak dekat. Okay, so that is the Facebook. This is the YouTube. Okay, so YouTube link here, you guys can watch my recorded classes. Okay, in case if you missed out classes 1, 2, and 3, which I conducted the third class yesterday and 2 more classes last week. You can find it here. Okay, so make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you subscribe and also share the classes. So we got class number 1 here. Okay, which I conducted last week. And then class number 2 and 3, you can find it under our live tab. Class number 2 and class number 3 right here. And then now we are going live here lah for 4th class. So you guys can watch all the replays on YouTube. Okay, everything is there. You can also find it on Facebook if you want to watch it on Facebook. I leave it to you guys. Okay, take second class, third one missed. Yeah, for YouTube, whichever class you guys missed, can watch it on my YouTube channel. I'll leave it to you guys. Okay, so first, second, third class, we focus solely on literature review. Okay, literature review, thesis, proposal, AI, and whatnot. Okay, but we never touch publication, which is an essential part of doing research. Master's PhD, especially PhD, if you complete a PhD without a proper publication, then that really undermines your research in a very big, very large scale. Okay, because that means your research is not good enough to even publish in a Scopus Q3, Q4. That's very embarrassing. All right, that's very embarrassing. So that is where papers, Web of Science or Scopus, okay, are very, very crucial, especially in the form of systematic review. Okay, in the form of systematic review, because systematic review, you can easily publish, not easily, you can easily write it from your chapters 1 to 3, but not easily publishable. It's very difficult, especially compared to empirical paper. Actually, review papers are far more difficult to publish, but then you don't need any data, and you can start very early. That's the secret. Because if you want to wait until empirical paper, then it's too late. Okay, because you have to collect data, you have to wait for all that, then only you can you can start writing those papers. Okay, so now before we get into the classes, I just want to know very quickly how where our audience I'm hearing somewhere. There's cross noise. Are you unmuted? Muted. Okay, I just heard myself from somewhere. Okay, anyway. Okay, just a very quick question before we start. Okay, I want to know where the participants are coming from. Of course, most of them from Malaysia. But other than Malaysia, where are you guys coming from? Which country? Okay, so we have Eswatini, Oman, Sri Lanka, Australia, good. Okay, Yemen, China, South African, Malaysia, definitely. Sri Lanka, UAE, Zambia, Pakistan, Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire. I don't know whether I pronounced that right or not. Sorry. Saudi Johor. Okay, Saudi, Indonesia, Greece. Oh, interesting. First time seeing Greece. South Africa is very usual. Ghana using VPN. Thank you for that. Maldives, USA, Nigeria, Kyrgyzstan. Then we have Ghana, Pakistan, Mongolia. Interesting, Mongolia. Okay, Oman. Any other countries? Let's see on Facebook. Facebook, we have Nigeria. Mostly Nigeria, Facebook. Okay. Kuwait, India. Okay, good to know. South Africa. Okay, it's truly international class lah. And it's a pleasure to have students from so many countries. Got good to know different cultures and knowledge. Okay, can you pass the link for previous class on WhatsApp? Okay, later I'll share. Okay, later I'll share. We got Germany, Uganda, Sudan, Jordan, Vietnam. Very interesting. Iraq. Very good. Thank you very much for joining, guys. Okay, so that is fantastic and fabulous. We got Uganda, Pakistan, Ghana, Mongolia on Facebook. Sorry, on YouTube. And on Facebook, we have only Nigeria lah. Okay, all right, that's fine. Okay, so let's get to the class now. Pretty much all over the world lah, which is good lah. Okay, so this seminar is purposely made informal. Okay, to create a very comforting environment. Okay, so that there is no any boundaries. All right, so that you can easily ask questions related to academia, not related to your personal life. That one I cannot help. Only related to academia, and especially today related to publishing, Web of Science Scopus. Okay, that's our main intention today. Okay, so I am Dr. Tawa for the students who are joining my classes for the very first time, never joined before. This is literally a first time joining my class. We are based in Cyberjaya, and my company is called Proofreading by a UK PhD. Okay, I sort of started that when I was doing my PhD last, but eventually I moved back to Malaysia. I just continued the same name. Okay, so I finished my PhD back in early 2013. Okay, early 2013. I did not do my master's. I skipped my master's. I went straight into PhD for my bachelor's. Is that a good decision? Well, at that point in time, definitely it was a bad decision. Okay, more than anything, it was the worst decision in my life. But thankfully, I made it through lah. Okay, if you ask me if would I do it again, I definitely would not do it. I would really go to master's, do a research, and then go, because that is a huge leap, because from bachelor's you don't really do that much of research, and then suddenly you go into a PhD world, like it's worlds apart. It's huge gap. Okay, but I managed, and I graduated before time my PhD, which is only I know what I went through. Okay, so I don't want to go through that again. So that's why I always want students to complete their PhD fast, as soon as possible. Graduate on time or graduate before time. Do not graduate after time. Don't extend your PhD until 3, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. I've even dealt with students who were doing PhD up to 12 years, 14 years or so I had. I really pity them, because your life is it's very precious. We only have one life. You cannot be spending the entire life just doing PhD only. Okay. So we have a lot of people, not lot, one or two candidates dropping from Zoom. As soon as they drop, new one comes in. So people who drop, unfortunately, cannot join back lah. Okay. So be careful. Don't drop. So that was my life. So then after my PhD, I joined Aston Institute of Photonics, Birmingham. I was a postdoc there. I was dealing with many PhD students. I was the youngest postdoc in the history of Birmingham University. I was only 26 when I joined Birmingham as a postdoctoral researcher after my PhD. Right after that, I joined Telecom Malaysia R&D industry. This is just a bit about me. I was in industry for about 5 years, and concurrently, I also ran my business, and now I'm full-time in it since 2019, right before COVID. I came in full-time. Postdoctoral researcher is like after PhD, you go into full form research. They got many different names for it. Like some people call it research fellow. Dekat UK, we call it postdoctoral researcher, call it research fellow, senior research fellow. It's these guys like me, we will purely do research only. We don't like teaching. So we go into postdoctoral lah. In the UK, if you want to become an academician, like tenure track, you nak masuk, you want to become a lecturer, senior lecturer, or associate professor, normally you need to complete a postdoc. Normally they will it's like a training lah. It's like a training after your PhD for you to become an academician. In Malaysia, not like that. Most of the countries not like that. But in first world countries like UK, US, Canada, and so on, they always prefer students to do postdoc before they join and become academicians. Okay, so that's what I did. But eventually, I wanted to come back to industry, so I never pursue my lectureship. So I came back to industry. I joined back Telecom Malaysia R&D because I wanted to exercise my commercialization. So whatever I did my PhD, I made it into a real technology. Oh yeah, I forgot annotation. Let me disable annotation first. Sorry, give me one moment, guys. Annotation. Okay, disable annotation. No, people will be like scribbling all over the whiteboard. So yeah, then I joined in industry. I commercialized my idea. I did another 3 US patents. Okay, that's here. I did a couple of US patents, okay, on technology, and that's where the journey began. And here I am with you guys. Such a pleasure. Learned a lot from you guys as well. Yeah, postdoc usually after PhD. After your PhD, you can either join industry. Okay, you can join government services. You can join research labs. You become research fellow. You can join university. You become postdoctoral researcher. So before you become a lecturer or a senior lecturer or an associate professor, in advanced countries, that is a very normal thing because many people would be racing towards becoming a lecturer. So they'll normally ask them to do postdoctoral first. It's like an entry point. Okay. Then they will train you how to write grant, how to supervise PhD student. They'll give you the training first. You will have a PI, principal investigator, your boss lah, professors, and so on. And after that, you will find a full-time position. Then you will join lah. Okay. So that is the whole journey lah. Tapi in developing country or third world countries, that is not the norm. From PhD, you can straight away become lecturer. Okay, but then you have very little training in supervising students lah. That is the problem with that. Okay. So we are based in Cyberjaya, our organization. This is us. We are in about 48 different countries. I think that reflect very well today. We can see from how many countries we have clients coming in. Okay. And unfortunately, for some countries, they couldn't join my Zoom. I'll definitely rectify it in the next round of classes. I will buy the license elsewhere. I won't buy from the same vendor so that we are open to all the countries. I apologize for that. So here we are. So what do we do as an organization? Okay. We provide a lot of coaching and consulting for thesis development without AI. That's my main motto. Not that I'm against AI, but just lazy to do all the verification, fake information. I'm very worried for the students who come and trust us. We don't want to screw them by using AI. Okay, so then publication consultancy is something that I'm going to share today. Chapter 4, Chapter 5, quantitative, qualitative analysis, many different analysis like mixed method, scientific analysis, mathematics, and so on and so forth. Preparing for Viva, going for Viva examiner correction, proposal defense examiner correction, thesis to journal conversion. This is one of our main expertise. Proofreading, paraphrasing, especially nowadays, Turnitin AI, super duper hot. Super duper hot. Really, really crazy hot. Okay. Turnitin AI is such a crisis for a lot of people. Okay, a lot of people. Must be very, very careful. All the journals, Scopus and Web of Science, have started exercising Turnitin AI ruling. Must be below, certain journals below 20%, certain journals below 30%, Turnitin AI. Okay, it's a hidden rule. They won't tell you. It's not stated in most journal haven't haven't stated that yet, but they have implemented it. They are sort of pilot running now. So if you send a paper that is purely AI generated, 100% will be rejected even before the editor opens the paper. The editorial staff itself will reject the paper. Okay, they're not obliged to tell you what is the reason, they'll just reject only. Okay, most of the time now we realize it's because of Turnitin AI. So be very, very careful. Okay, if currently we have a question here. If currently a lecturer, can we go into industry or research think tanks? Yes, of course, you should. My advice to everyone, whoever is doing PhD, try not to go into lectureship immediately because your worldview is very limited. You only know academia. Some people likes it, no harm. But if you go into industry or research think tank or government organizations, you will have better purview of what is going on the ground. Okay, what is really happening in real world. Okay, before you go back into academia. That's people like me. So I know what is exactly going on in real world. That's why we can find and come up with solutions like this. Okay. All right. So that's that. Now, yeah, I think you guys are already keyboard warriors. I don't need to mention this. Okay, I've already mentioned about YouTube. If you guys want to watch the recorded version of the previous classes and all my other videos, okay, and live classes, you can visit our YouTube channel. Make sure you guys subscribe lah. Okay, and these are templates for all the students. Okay, whoever using AI but not sure whether you're doing it right or not, whether you're not sure whether you're on the right track or not, then you can make use of these templates to see whether you're on the right track or not. Okay, actually, a lot of students are skeptical. Whenever they come to me, they generated the whole PhD thesis or the whole PhD proposal or masters, using AI. They just generated everything. Okay, they just copy and paste that prompt paste, prompt paste, prompt paste, everything. So they don't know whether they are right or not. They go to their supervisor, they cannot defend. So they come back to me, there's nothing I can do because most of it will be fake. Okay, won't be true. So, and the research gap will be recycled, problem statement recycled. It's not really entirely new. I think in the last 3 classes, whoever attended my classes with me, they would have understood by now. Okay. So how to overcome that? This is one of the solutions. Okay, templates will teach you how to do it properly. These are the templates. Okay, so we got full thesis templates here. Okay, quantitative, qualitative, mixed method. Okay, then we have all of these are free. You don't need to pay me. All of these are free. Okay, table of content chapter 2. Thesis database, okay, for you to go and download free thesis sample. All right. Pilot study process, all chapter 1 templates, all chapter 2 templates, proposal defense viva templates, systematic review templates, and then we have chapter 1 to 5 templates, which I explained yesterday. You guys can download it and use it. And then we also have chapter 4 templates right here. Okay. Recording will be uploaded. It's actually already there. You can go and watch it. It's already live on YouTube, so you guys can watch it, no problem. So link to this, my colleague will be sharing a link tree to you guys. Once shared ready, you guys can open it up from there and look through it. Let me show you where you'll be arriving. Kelvin, share the link tree, Kelvin. Okay, he shared already. Very, very good guy. Very helpful. Okay. He's laughing. Okay, so this is what will open. Basically, this is our resource center. Okay, our resource center. So basically, once you guys arrive here, all of you are on Zoom. Okay, the link is there. On Facebook also, I think the link will come up very soon. And on YouTube also, the link will come up very soon. All right. So whoever can open this up, please make sure to click this button, this bell button here, very important. Click this, sign up your name. Okay, sign up your email. Okay, sign up your email so that when we have class like this, we will send announcement to all of you. So you'll immediately will be able to register. Okay, so make sure you guys do that. Let me open up YouTube. So make sure you guys do that. Okay, click this button, put up your email, sign up. All right. Then here you can see all the classes, all the latest Turnitin AI video. Okay. I've made a tutorial video to teach you guys how to do paraphrasing to a certain extent lah. Okay, then TikTok, all our services, templates, Telegram group. This is the ultimate Telegram group. Okay, Telegram group here. Open it up, join in. For those who haven't opened yet, please let me know. Okay, this is the Telegram link here. From here, I'll give you all a minute. Everyone joined the Telegram group? Please let me know. How can I contact you for the service? Okay, Calvin will be replying you shortly. My colleague here will be replying you shortly. How many of you here joined Telegram already or having trouble joining Telegram? Anyone got trouble joining Telegram? If all good, okay. So from here, you can type template. Okay, template. Okay, then right here, you will be able to find from Kelvin. Kelvin shared already all the templates here. You guys just go and download only lah. Okay, go and download only. All of it are here. All the resources are here for you to download. All the PDF files, systematic review diagram, all of it are here. Okay, you can even find Prisma diagram. This is wonderful, even Prisma diagram. Okay, so Prisma diagram is here. Okay, so these are all Prisma diagram. Prisma diagram is very important if you want to do systematic review. So we already given you the Word document of that also, so you can make the design easily. Okay, so make sure you guys join in, tune in to our Telegram. Telegram is like a resource center, okay? And then you can find all the PhD classes, free notes, all our free notes from all the classes, and my YouTube channel as well. So I'll let you guys explore. Done. We go to our class today. Okay, so very quickly, let's run this through. We have 5 different areas we're going to cover. Why systematic review and where to publish them. Types of review papers, okay, very crucial. Databases, AI and non-AI. And then when to write SLR papers, systematic review. Forget bibliometric, forget narrative review, forget everything else. Just focus on writing systematic review. If you really, really want to write bibliometric paper, write systematic review bibliometric paper. Don't just write standalone bibliometric paper because very difficult to publish in Scopus nowadays. Quite difficult, to be honest. One of the directive of internal Scopus news to all the publishers, reduced bibliometric papers. More systematic review. It's better. They don't want bibliometric. All right. So remember that. Take that very, very seriously, that note. So let's get to the first part. Okay, so when it comes to research, okay, we can forget this. You don't need to bother about this. We're not going to go into that today. And then, sorry, that we need. We don't need to go into this today also. We don't need this, okay? I think there's some comments here. All right. Sorry. Okay. So it's a bit jumpy for me because I'm managing 3 screens. Please forgive me if I'm jumping a bit. All right. So this first type is known as empirical paper. Okay. Empirical paper means you need to collect data. You need to do analysis. All right. So that's called empirical paper. But empirical paper, unfortunately, in your PhD process, you can only do it towards the end. After you collected data, you write a chapter 4 and 5, you're already ready to go Viva, then it's a bit, I would say it's a bit too late to write a paper because papers nowadays takes time to get acceptance, right? So that is where review paper comes in very, very handy. Review paper, very handy, okay? Why review paper? Let me off my WhatsApp, very distracting. Okay. Why review paper? Because review paper, you don't need to wait until a proposal defense. You don't need to wait until you find your instrument. You don't need to wait until you collect your data. Review paper, you can just kickstart as soon as your chapters 1 to 3 are done, you can move into it ready. So that means you have ample of time before you finish your PhD or master's to get your paper accepted. I'll show you the diagram later, the timeline diagram. Okay. So why systematic review? Okay, systematic review, this is a bit history that was created in 1753, 1970s, it became famous and it became from, it actually came from medical sciences. Okay, in medical sciences, systematic review is something very, very usual, but not in other areas. Now it's becoming more familiar, more familiar. It's very clear and comprehensive over available literature, helps to identify research gap, able to highlight methodological concerns, and able to gain critical skills by conducting systematic review. Okay, how? I'll teach in one of the slides. No need to go through this. I'll give you more detailed one. Okay, now you guys all have to understand something. Very, very crucial. Not all journals will accept review papers. Not all. Not all the journals will allow or will accept review papers because review papers are not considered original papers. Okay, they're not original papers because the paper you're reviewing, you're just criticizing other people's work or you're giving a directive or a projection of other people's work. It's not your own work entirely. That means you don't collect data, you don't meet people, you don't do experiment, you don't run tests, you don't go to lab, you don't build instrument, you don't do any of it. Okay, and doesn't matter you're from which area lah. Okay, when it comes to review paper, that's why it's difficult to publish, but you can do it much earlier. Okay, so there's pros and cons lah. All right. Yeah, that's the whole scenario. So that's why review paper, not all journals will accept. So example, this particular journal, I'm not encouraging you guys to publish in MDPI, but MDPI has very clear indicators. So I'm showing MDPI. So example, oops, let me close that. Systematic review. So example here, from MDPI, you can see here under the first manuscript submission overview, you can read this very clearly under MDPI journals. These provide concise and precise updates on the latest progress made in a given area of research. Systematic review should follow Prisma guideline review paper. So this one clearly says they accept both original research manuscripts and review papers. There are two different papers. Can we cite MDPI paper? If you absolutely need to, then you do. But the more you cite, the more the work will look like AI written, because AI normally gives MDPI papers and Frontiers papers a lot as citation because those are open access. Not very rare, very little compared to AI giving Elsevier paper, Taylor Francis, and so on. Okay, so if I were you, I would reduce MDPI. Okay. Next thing, if you read this, okay, all of you focus here. So, okay. So all of you focus here. So if you look at this particular journal, Journal of Business Research, okay. If you read, this is a very good journal by Elsevier. Okay, Elsevier, I think impact factor more than 11, if I'm not mistaken. Impact factor more than 11, I think. If you read this, the Journal of Business Research aims to publish research that is rigorous, relevant, and potentially impactful. Blah, 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 blah. If you look at this, published for a broad range of stakeholders, including scholars, researchers, executives, and policymakers, the journal aids the application of its research to practical situations and theoretical findings to the reality of the business world as well as to society. Okay. From this line, research to practical situations, theoretical findings, reality of business world. Do you guys all think Journal of Business Research from Elsevier will accept review paper or not? Let me know in the comment box. You can read it again if you want to. Okay. Will it accept review papers or not? So majority of them on Zoom saying no. How about on YouTube and also Facebook? What do they say on Facebook? So do you guys think can? Will it accept or not? Review paper. Can verify in Google Scholar, check out if there is any RP in the journal. Okay, very good. Very, very good answer. Yes, yeah, can. Theoretical findings is found by doing review paper, right? Not really. Theoretical findings are the one that you do. You collect your data and you see the theoretical gap, and then you address it. Then you become an empirical paper, which will give you the theoretical finding based on data collected. So it's not exactly review paper. Important because systematic review is very systematized. Okay, they have rules that you need to follow. If you look at narrative review or if you look at any other reviews versus systematic or scoping review, you have to follow a set of rules. You have to follow a set of rules to conduct the review. So it's unbiased. Not to say unbiased, the bias level is very, very minimal. Compared to narrative review, when there is no rules, then you can do whatever you want. You can follow whatever cowboy law you want to follow. So it becomes a world without rules. So you can bend the rules. You can ignore certain papers. You can choose not to work on certain papers. That is called bias. All right. So let's find out. Okay. Just now, one of the student gave a very good, a student academician, I don't know, gave very good point. So let's do that. Okay. So let's go to advanced search. Okay. Google Scholar advanced search. We go to exact phrase, systematic review. Sorry. Okay, systematic review right here. Then we search for journals published in Journal of Business Research. Okay, so journal article published in. hit search. We go for the most latest one. Maybe you can go since 2022. Okay, so over the last 3 to 4 years. If you want even newer, you can type since 2024. Also can search. Okay. So from here, you can see Journal of Business Research, Elsevier, a review. Journal of Business Research, Elsevier, a systematic review. A systematic review, a systematic review, a systematic review, a systematic review. See, systematic review is validity. It can go how far? This is very high impact journal, very, very high impact. If you look at the Journal of Business, this one, Business Research, okay, the impact is 9.8. 9.8 impact factor. Sorry, it's not 10, it's 9.8. But I would say this is Q1 top 10 journals. Okay, Q1 Web of Science and Scopus and top 10 journal in the world. 100%. Okay. So now you guys tell me, based on this, do you guys think Journal of Business Research will or will not accept systematic review? Will or will not? Yes, will can. That's how you find out. So if you guys are skeptical, why this is important? Okay. Why it's important to identify the right journal? Because you don't want to submit somewhere wrong and then you wait forever until the reject, then you go and find another journal. Between every rejection, it can be between a submission and a rejection, sometimes can be 24 hours, can be 6 months. We just did one client's, we coach one client's third revision. Okay, third revision with a linguistic journal, Web of Science journal. After 2 revisions, we're completing the third revision now. I think almost 1 year, 4 months already now. 1 year, 4 months or 1 year, 6 months already. Okay. After the third revision now, they say journal out of scope. They rejected. Just like that, they rejected. Okay. After waiting more than 1 year, 4 months or 1 year, 6 months, I think. That's why it's important that you pick the right journal and submit to the right journal so that you don't get into this kind of mess. You need to know where you're submitting, the level of paper that you're submitting to, whether your journal is good enough or not. Please do not expect for you to generate all the paper from AI and get into a very good Scopus Web of Science journal. It will never. Okay, it will never. Okay, even if it is, it will become like this. You see this? University of Hong Kong probes non-existent AI-generated references in paper. The prof says content not fabricated. This guy, see this idiot? The prof says content not fabricated, but end up, this is what I've been sharing for quite some time. Where is that? The other link, HKU professor resign. There you go. There. Then now the supervisor agreed, okay, and the fellow resigned. Okay, resigned, steps down and resigned from his professorship because really there was a lot of misinformation, fake information, a lot of useless information in the paper lah. And the journal also, the Springer Journal already retracted the journal. And the student, by the way, the latest news, student already got kicked out from PhD. Okay, the student who did this, Bai Ming Yi, Bai Yiming, already got kicked out from a PhD program already because of using AI. And so many fake references, fake citation, fake information, made up information, and so on. Okay, so that's why I say, no, don't use AI to write your paper. You can use AI to assist you. Assist is fine. Okay, assisting is fine. I'm not saying don't do assisting, but a lot of students just generate and paste. So that is not going to play out very well, guys. That's going to play out very well. Why I need to submit to Q1 top 10 journals? Can I submit to the Scopus journal? You can submit to wherever you want, Jesslyn. No one is asking you to submit to top 10 journal. It depends on what you want in your career. You can submit to Scopus Q4 journal with the worst citation index. No one cares. As long as its Scopus index meets your requirement, then it's good enough. But some people have dream. People like us, people like, real researcher, they really want to publish in high impact because they want to build a career, they want to build citations, then they go for very good journals. So it depends on individual. Some people just want to finish PhD and move on. Nothing wrong. You can just finish your Q4, Q3 and just move on. All right. How AI assisting is good assist. How AI assisting is good assist. This is the answer for you. This is the answer for you. All right. So if this is what you want to end up as, okay, getting retracted and getting very famous in the world, this all the professor's name, the student's name, Bai Yiming, everything became public. It became a public news. You can see all here. You can see the amount of news outlets. All of these talking about all talking about same news. Okay, it's crazy, right? It's crazy. Some journal reviewers you can complain. If you find out journal reviewers use ChatGPT to review, you can complain. You can definitely complain because you can put into AI, you can ask whether this was reviewed by AI or not. The flow will tell you whether it was reviewed by AI or not. Then you can complain. Forget a journal. I had a student who failed the proposal defense because the examiner used AI to review. Whatever the ChatGPT, or I don't know what platform, I think it was Gemini or ChatGPT, whatever the examiner used, this one just very recent, I think 1 month ago, last December. Whatever the comments given, all the content are in the proposal because we coach the proposal. We know the proposal very well. So the student couldn't, your MH, please turn off your camera. Where's the camera? Let me see. Whose camera is on? Karen, please check. Turn off the camera. Okay. So proposal defense comments came up, all the comments, all the answers are there in the proposal. Okay, but the student couldn't defend because the examiner was blasting. So now they're appealing back lah. They took the evidence, they submitted, and the examiner is going to get really bad, really bad. Okay, so actually journal you can report. By right, journal law, Scopus and Web of Science rules say you cannot use AI to review. So make sure you guys go and complain because whatever review comments given by AI, it will be full of shit. Sorry, excuse my language, because I've seen student even failing, not failing, like major correction. Okay, but eventually all the information were actually in the chapters 1 to 3. All right, so be careful there. This part is done. Now let's look at type of review papers. Okay, type of review papers out there. Okay, so we have two kinds of review papers that are quite popular. Okay, two kinds. First kind is narrative review. Okay, then we have systematic review. We also have scoping review, which is not so popular but very powerful. Okay, scoping mostly, sorry, let me rewrite again. My handwriting is horrendous. Scoping review are mostly done by medical area, but no harm. I think scoping review anyone can do. Even I have done before. I have published one Q1 paper using purely scoping review. Okay, I have done a number of systematic review papers also. Okay, then we have narrative review. All these blue color boxes, okay, are all narrative review. So this one and this one, okay, all this blue color. All right, you guys can ignore it. Don't need to know. Don't need to understand. Can ignore it. All right, don't even bother. Blue color. Why? Because narrative review follows cowboy style. There are no rules. There are no regulations. You can do whatever you want. You don't need to mention which database you got the paper from, what keywords you used, what search string you use, what Boolean operator you use, which year to which year you did the search. All that you don't need to mention. Okay, that means there will be a lot of bias. Let's say you're reading these papers. That means you won't do a comprehensive search. Narrative review, you can just type up on AI and AI can do for you. Okay, that means you'll only do, you will never even say which year to which year. You will use whatever keywords you like. Any papers that you find difficult to explain, you just sweep it under the carpet, you just ignore. Or some papers you read it, you find it very complex, you just sweep it under the carpet, you ignore. In systematic review, that cannot happen because you will state in the paper from which year to which year is your search. What are your keywords? What are your Boolean operators? Which databases you went to, what is your inclusion criteria, what is your exclusion criteria. So the reviewers will follow everything. That's why I say if you use AI to write a systematic review, with the amount of hallucination the flood gives, with the amount of fake information that you get, when the reviewer go and recheck back your algorithm, there will be a lot of misinformation and outright will be rejected. So you must recheck everything. Again, don't get me wrong. Use AI, but use it smartly. Don't use it to replace you. Okay, that is a very dumb way of doing things. Knowing how much of lies that AI can create. Okay, how about systematic thematic review? Very good. Okay, systematic thematic, we have done one recently. Very recent. We got it accepted in a Wiley Journal, Web of Science. Systematic, qualitative centric thematic review. Okay, Definitely good. Definitely a good candidate. Okay. So forget all the blue boxes. Okay. Look at the red one, systematic review. Okay. These red ones. These are all using systematic review method. Okay. Mapping review, systematic map, meta-analysis, qualitative systematic review, qualitative evidence synthesis, systematic standard systematic review, systematic search and review, systematized review. Okay. All these are fantastic, phenomenal. Okay. All right. Very, very good. For those, how can I get your services? Okay. This is my WhatsApp link. You guys can reach out via WhatsApp here. The link is not working very well for some reason. Let me do that. Still cannot. Wait, just give me a moment. Huh? I can click. Okay, then can click. Okay. So, okay, now coming to scoping review. Let me answer this. Systematic thematic review is okay. Systematic review different for, yes, yes. Okay. Basically, systematic review, let's say you start your journey here. Okay. Systematic review is up to here. Okay, this is good enough already. Okay, this, let's say one paper. You can add on additional. Okay, additional, you can continue the journey to do meta-analysis. Meta-analysis. So this is addition. Normally, if you want to do very, very powerful Web of Science Q1, Q2 journal, like really, really good impact, you go do that. Okay, but you can even get Web of Science without meta-analysis lah. We have done it before. Okay, many, many papers already. Still possible. But some studies, particularly, they want meta-analysis. Okay, can go back to previous slide. There you go. Okay, so scoping review. Okay, I'm coming to scoping review shortly. Can share the title of systematic thematic accepted by Wiley. Haven't published yet. Once published today, I'll let you know. Okay, haven't published yet. Just accepted. Okay, but you can find a lot. You can find a lot. I think just simple Google search you can find already. No big deal. So you go to Google Scholar. Okay. This is for people who know how to use Google Scholar lah. For me, if you ask me, it's very, very easy. Okay, you just go here, go to advanced search, exact phrase, thematic analysis. Okay, with all of the, sorry. Then here, systematic review. Then you search lah. There you go. A critical review, systematic thematic analysis. There are so many. Thematic analysis, defining global and finding systematic thematic analysis, thematic analysis, thematic analysis. So many. Now, here's the link for you. Okay, there you go. Help yourself. Okay, all the best go. All right, so let's say it's very simple. Okay, not everything you need prompting, actually. If you know how to search, it's very, very easy. Okay, previous slide done already. Okay, scoping review now coming. Okay, I've answered that question. Now, scoping review is this. Scoping review is very standard stuff. Okay, what is the difference? Okay, systematic review, scoping review, the best method to go if you want to write review papers. What are the differences? I'll tell you in a while. Okay, I won't tell you now, I'll tell you in a while. So these are the papers that you can actually write. Okay, standard systematic review, or you can do systematic, what do you call it, systematic meta-analysis. Some people also have systematized review. This one uses different protocol. Okay, there's different protocol. Normal systematic review, they use Prisma. Systematized review or systematic mapping, they use different protocol. Okay, so what are protocols? I'll tell you in a while. Don't worry. Okay, now for those who are looking for very, very good example papers, okay, very, very good example papers, they want to get inspiration from these papers. Okay, this is one of the very, very, very good papers in the area of social science. Okay, we consulted this paper, finally got published in SSCI Q1 Impact Factor 3.67. Okay, soft and hard TQM practices, future research agenda for industry 4.0. Yes, it's old, 2021, but it doesn't matter. It's very, very good paper to look at as an example. Okay, so this paper you can download from my Telegram group. You can find it there. It's there, the sample. All right, then you just have to search for it lah. Okay, so this is some of the important diagram. This is bibliometric diagram within systematic review. All right, bibliometric, okay, within systematic review. So here, if you see, this is nothing but years of publication over number of papers published. So you can see how it's climbing lah. Okay, so any research, if you do this kind of analysis, any research that gives you a result like that, okay, result like that, result like that, okay, all these are fantastic. It's a good place to go. Okay, it's a good place to go. But Okay. If this one's the example, this is going like this, like this, this is good. That means a very hot topic. But if you have a research area, when you do bibliometric analysis, if you have an area which goes like that, or like that, or like that, plateaued already, slowly dropping. This one all don't go. That means it's obsolete already, very old already. Okay, like my area, radio fiber, we're not already doing research anymore. We already went to different areas already. Okay, so like that. Marina Rosman, do Web of Science, Web of ASCI accept scoping review medical? Yeah, of course, of course. We got so many. Okay, we have published already in BMC, JMIR, PLOS ONE, the other day Wiley, recently I got one Wiley paper in HIV area, HIV related study for public health, also very high impact factor. Okay, also we consulted, all right, definitely can. Many systematic review already done. Okay, definitely can. Kindly go back a little. I didn't understand the last paragraph. What is the last paragraph? Okay, you can have a look first. How to get this figure for the journals? Oh, you have to do analysis. You cannot get it from AI tool. You have to log into Scopus. You have to log into Web of Science. You have to do the search manually. You have to go to the analytics. You must download from the analytics. Then you must bring it offline. You must combine both data and then you must do the analysis. Why I say AI cannot use? Again, I'm not against AI. This is the truth. Because Scopus, Web of Science, Elsevier, Wiley, Taylor Francis, Sage, Emerald, IEEE, mana lagi Elsevier, Springer, all these top journals, most of it, 90% of it are behind a paywall. Okay, ching ching, you need to pay. All right. So universities will choose to pay. Some universities don't even pay for Web of Science because it's so expensive. So what happens? AI comes here, the flow go boom, cannot go in. So what the flow do? The flow go to ResearchGate, the flow go to all the websites with all information, record all that, come back, train, and the flow talk to you like it's very real information. Actually, no, the flow cannot access all of this. That's why your literature is always MDPI, always Frontiers, always very, very old papers, or always only based on abstract. That's why I always encourage students to go and do your literature search on Google Scholar or Web of Science or Scopus, because they are all behind a paywall where universities are paying millions and millions and millions of dollars so that you all can access. Okay? All right. How to get this figure done? May I use search string same in? Yeah, of course you can use. No harm, definitely. As a matter of fact, that's what you must do, because then only is apple to apple comparison. Can share to some high impact systematic review to benchmark. It's in Telegram group. You can download. How many databases? Minimum 2. Web of Science Scopus must have. Okay, Web of Science Scopus. Questions on YouTube. What about a quantitative study like for finance? Any particular example? Many. Go to my Telegram group. It's there. Okay. Which one is the best? Scopus or Web? Of course, Web of Science. Web of Science is like Ferrari. Scopus is like BMW. Okay. Non-index journal is like should say Proton. I should say cheapskate Toyota. Right? I don't want to be anti-nationalist. It should be a cheapskate Toyota. What the cheapest model in Toyota lah. Right? The cheapest one, like look like tin can. That is non-index. So Ferrari, BMW, tin can. Remember that, huh? Web of Science, Scopus, non-index. All right. Okay. So I hope that is clear. So this sample paper, quantitative sample paper, many sample papers are in Telegram group. Cannot use Google Scholar only. Cannot. It's very biased. Go and watch my class yesterday. I explained already. Minimum must have Scopus and Web of Science. Okay. So earlier paper was social science example. Okay. This one was social science. This is medical. Just now we had a medical question somewhere, right, from a student. This is also a paper that I think we consulted long ago, or we proofread. I cannot remember. Very long already. This one, 2021. Okay, these are all very, very good papers. Okay, this systematic review and meta-analysis. You can also find the sample in my WhatsApp group. Okay. What if you only use Emerald? Cannot. Minimum cannot. Minimum must have Scopus Web of Science. Must have. Okay. Beyond that, more than that, you can add Emerald, you can add Google Scholar, you can add Springer, you can add IEEE, you can add all of it. No harm. But minimum must have Scopus Web of Science. Okay. I hope that is clear. So this is another good sample. You can download from my Telegram group in medical area, social business, medical, SEI, Q2, now SEIE lah. Impact factor 2.4, Australian Dental Journal. Very good journal. Okay. We consult and coach a lot. These are all the areas that we consult and coach. Okay. So you can see an example here, EBSCO, Medline, PubMed, Science Direct. See, they use 3 different databases. Okay. But if I were them, I would use Web of Science, Scopus, then only the rest. Okay. But either way can lah. The gold standard is always Web of Science, Scopus first. Okay. May I ask if it is acceptable to include a few relevant studies identified outside my main database search? Not really, because very difficult to justify. Very, very difficult. Okay, very difficult to justify. So my advice to everyone, try not to go out of your area. Will it must have some gray papers? What do you mean by gray papers? Please elaborate. Okay, so now this is an engineering area or computer science. Very good sample paper from UTM. Also, we coach and consulted. Very good paper, SCI Q1, impact factor 5.3. Okay, this is a conceptual framework within the frame of engineering. Okay, so go and check out this paper in Telegram as well. Right? Okay, now let's go to the technical part. Before that, for SLR, is it possible if you used paper from 2019 as precedent study? SLR, you can go as far as 20 years. No one will say anything. The usual process for SLR will be 20 or 10 or 5. Okay, the window of years that you get your papers from. So totally okay, no problem. Some papers even go 25 years, which is a bit odd lah, but still doable. Okay, still doable. I hope that is clear, Nadia. Nibros, when will doctor conduct a step-by-step systematic literature review class? Actually, I don't have time. So I do all these free classes and then normally we'll go into coaching one-to-one. Okay. Many people are asking for my workshop. I really don't have time these days, unfortunately, because I got a lot of commitment with other universities. I teach in many universities. Additional paper not from the systematic review method. You can do snowballing. You can justify that under snowballing. You can say from this paper I snowball, but still you cannot include if it is not within your inclusion criteria. Inclusion criteria. I did until I have the final 85 full text journals, but couldn't get another 2 due to paid and my uni not covering. Can I just drop the 2? Better not. You can go and try to email the authors. You can easily email the authors. Email the authors, email all the authors there. You can find all of them online nowadays, right? So email them, ask them for a copy. Okay, so now let's take a quick 5 minutes break. Okay, we come back and then we shall continue. Let's take a very quick 5 minutes break. Okay. Some say it's best to use Ryan AI for SLR. No, not really. Not true. Lazy people will say that. Okay, Ryan ke, whatever, Ian ke, for systematic review, none of the SLR tool has access to Web of Science Scopus. I've looked at Ryan. There are many different tools also. End of the day, if something goes wrong, especially systematic review, if they find any fake information, any misinformation within that, they will immediately reject your paper. So that's why we don't even take chances. Okay, so at least for me lah, I want to make sure paper get accepted. I never take risk with papers. Okay, but it's up to you guys. Up to you guys if you guys want to use it. So let's take a quick 5 minutes break and then we come back and continue. Okay. Okay, welcome back. So let's look at some questions here. Is there any minimum paper in SLR? No, no minimum. I have published in Q1 Journal my own paper with only 24 articles only, because it comes down to your funnel, how you build your Prisma. Okay, there is no minimum number. Okay, non-English paper but relevant based on abstract. Can I use AI tools such as to translate? Yeah, I think you can. I think you can. I think there's no harm. That one can, no problem. Okay, as long as, remember, it must be a publication. It must be a peer-reviewed journal. It cannot be a online article or book. Cannot. Must be a peer-reviewed journal. Unless a special exception. Okay? So I think on YouTube, any questions? No questions here. Facebook also no questions. Okay? All right, all good. Okay, so let's continue. Now coming into systematic review and scoping review. Can you explain the graphs again, how you get the graphs from Scopus? Okay, Scopus and that's a long-winded part. Later, if I have time, I'll show you. Okay, later if I have time. That's a long process. Okay, so now coming to systematic versus scoping review. What are the differences? All right, so when it comes to systematic review, that means you already have a very specific area, a very specific question that you want to explore. All right. That means you already know that this is what I want to do. So, and also subject specific known, and you can do whether quantitatively or qualitatively answer a specific question. That means if there is a funnel, where there's a funnel like that, if you're searching your topic here, you already narrow down, and this is your research question, right? Your problem statement, everything done ready. This is where you do systematic review. Okay, so down the funnel where it's already narrowed down, not when you're very broad. Scoping review, on the other hand, okay, it is done at the top of the funnel. Okay, if this is your funnel, if you're not really entirely sure what area you're going to look at, what research question, what is the exact problem, then you do scoping review. It's at the top of the funnel. That is the only difference between these two. Systematic review follows 27 Prisma items. Okay, there are 27 items. Scoping review follows 24 items. This is technical, fundamental knowledge. 27 items, 24 items. All right. So, as you can see here, scoping review, no specific topic. Now only you're exploring. Then you can do scoping review. All right. Okay. So if you look at this diagram, okay, this is by far the most comprehensive diagram designed by me, okay, to tell you when exactly you can write your papers. So far in the last 3 classes, I've already explained step 1 to step 12, okay, for the benefit of new joiners. When you're starting your proposal, master's or PhD, I don't talk about undergraduate, I talk about postgraduate only, master's or PhD, when you start your proposal, you start with 10 pages proposal and then you start with chapters 1 to 3. At least in our coaching sessions, that's how we go step by step for our clients. And that's the timeline normally we set, okay, so that they can graduate on time. When you join our coaching program or consulting program, that is how we assure that you graduate on time. The only reason students cannot graduate on time is because their supervisors delay, or students take too many breaks, too many holidays, or they go missing. Those circumstances we cannot do much. But students who really follow us, who really goes through our program, usually they can graduate on time or graduate before time. Okay, that is a type of guarantee that we normally give lah, and this is the timeline that we follow. Okay, but usually it's the supervisors or the students who take break, family problem, medical emergency, supervisors too busy. Some supervisors got 15 students, 20 students, too many commitments, so no, they cannot get everything on time. All right. So after you finish chapters 1 to 3, proposal, proofreading here. Okay, if you want to do proofreading or you want to use Grammarly, the problem with Grammarly and any other sort of app nowadays, your Turnitin AI will be very high. Okay, your Turnitin AI will be too high, unfortunately. All right. So depends on you lah, depends on individual. If there's not a problem, then that's okay. Go ahead with Grammarly. Okay, finish that. This one is our manual proofreading lah, human-based proofreading. We provide lifetime language warranty. That means if we proofread, 100% warranty. Journal or proposal or thesis or grant documents. After that, you see here, drop point. This is where you extract your journals, okay, your review papers. Why immediately here? Because you already seal your chapters 1 to 3 ready. Okay, that means good to go ready. You're going to go for proposal defense. Start immediately your paper. You can start 1 or 2 papers depending on your requirement, okay, your graduation requirement. Make sure you try to fulfill your graduation requirements very, very early. Our clients normally before they go to their third year or second year, they already fulfill the requirements ready. Okay, so you can either produce conceptual review here, as you can, let me zoom in a bit, for those who cannot see clearly. So you can either produce conceptual review or systematic review. Even conceptual also, we will do systematic manner. We won't do narrative manner. Narrative manner cannot publish nowadays. Very difficult. Very, very difficult. Okay, so then after we extract the papers here, we continue coaching the students for their proposal defense, prepare them, teach them how to do slides, prep them, and then send them for proposal defense. Usually, our students will get minor or no corrections. That is our track record so far. What we are getting now, a lot of students from here, is directly here, is a lot of failure because they use AI all the way. They cannot go here and defend too many fake information. They get caught. Eventually, they have to redo everything. Many cases like that. You can see on my TikTok. I've shared many live cases. Okay, as per at least Malaysian University standards, the failure rate is now at about 60 to 70% already at graduate school or Viva level. Okay, so when it comes to here, why this is a very good point. Okay, you can see here you still got ample of time to complete your study, right? All this. While all this going on, in parallel, your review process is also going on. So normally by the time they reach somewhere here, the paper will be accepted already. Sometimes even before or right after the proposal defense, they already got review, revision, some accepted already, some actually accepted. All right. We have one recent case, a record for us, Scopus Q2. I think it was special issue journal. Very rare this happens, special issue journal. I think within 3.5 or 4 months got acceptance. Very quick. So before even we went for proposal defense, first paper accepted already. Okay. So that is the process. Right after here, you start collecting your data. So normally we will focus on Smart PLS, AMOS, SPSS, eViews for secondary data, Stata for your secondary data, NVivo for Quali, or we will focus on Python for computer science students, chemical, XRD, all kind of software. Finish all that, generate chapter 4 and 5. Then if they want to write more papers, then they can write it here, empirical paper. You see here? Empirical and meta-analysis reviews. They can do it here if they want more papers lah. Okay, this proofreading here, your final thesis, very, very important to get a human to do it. Whether your supervisor doing it, you're hiring us, you hire whoever, that is your part. Totally up to you guys. But this part, a human touch is required rather than you uploading to AI. Okay, one more important thing that many students don't know, don't upload your RORQ, your framework, your solution, your problem statement, your theory, your methodology all to AI, because when you upload to AI, you're already training AI already with your information. So in this 3 years time or 4 years time, whatever time you take to finish your PhD or master's 2 years lah. Along the way, if someone comes and prompt in your own area, okay, they can get your RORQ in a paraphrased version, all right, and they can immediately generate their own papers and publish. This is especially true for students, okay? If you're a lecturer, academicians, doesn't really matter lah, okay? Tapi for students who has prolonged time, in that timing, you have a lot of risk of revealing your information. So be careful when you want to upload your document onto any AI platform. This is a true story. I'll show you an example today. Okay. Okay. Right after that, okay, finish your proofreading, prepare for your Viva. Okay. We normally train students prepare for Viva. Finish their Viva. Normally minor corrections, very rare major correction. Okay. But I don't see many students getting to this stage with fully AI written, fully AI generated. Except I see a few. The other day got one student fail Viva 2 times from USM. Medical school. I don't name. Twice also AI generated. Unfortunately, very sorry to say, very dumb. All right. But I don't think she can continue anymore. She'll be dropping out totally. And then we have one more case, is Dr. Shanas, okay, who had to redo the entire thesis for 1 year, 2 months. We had to coach all the way, redo, collect new data, even collected new data, redo everything, went for Viva last year, pass. Okay, so that is the whole predicament lah. Very, very careful. Okay, so we normally go on coaching mode or consulting mode. Okay, comprehensive coaching, handheld, or consulting mode, depending on whichever favors you guys lah. All right, so there is a question here from Rachel. How does SLR is connected to our main thesis paper if we did separate search and will maybe come down to only less than 30 papers? Very good question, very good question. But publication and what do you call the publication and thesis with narrative review, usually they would not put together. Okay, they won't review it together. I mean, like examiners won't look at the systematic review and look at the thesis at the same time. For them, they just want to make sure students got published. All right. And for reviewers, they won't look at the thesis. They are not bothered. They just want to look at the paper only. Okay, so under those circumstances, you don't need to worry lah. Okay, but very good question though. Very good question. Okay, so how long do papers take to accept? Okay, how long does it take? This is a simple example. Review paper, 1 year, 5 months. Another review paper, 2 years, 3 months. This is typically how long nowadays Scopus and Web of Science takes. This is my own review paper published. Okay, 2 year, 2 months. My own paper, I'm one of the co-author. 1 year, 3 months, ESCI. This one SCIE, Web of Science. Empirical paper takes about 11 months, 1 year, 2 months, 1 year, 7 months, 1 year, 3 months, 10 months. So typically, okay, based on our coaching experience, we are looking at thousands of papers per year when we coach and consult. Easily thousands of papers. Web of Science Scopus takes about 6 months to 1.8 years roughly, averaging now. Web of Science takes about 6 months to 2 years plus sometimes. Okay, 2 years plus sometimes. If our paper accepted and published, can we include our SLR into our chapter 2? Yes, you can. Definitely you can. No harm. We actually have students who did SLR first. We coach them and then they integrate that into the chapter 2. But of course, you have to elaborate more. You have to elaborate more. Can be done. Okay. All right. So now, when it comes to methodologies, okay, most of them will use Prisma. Prisma is the most popular. The rest all additional Roses, Ramses. My paper that I published the last in BMC, we used Roses because it's environmental related. So we used Roses. But Prisma is the most common. Okay, what is Prisma? Preferred reporting items for systematic reviews and meta-analysis. Okay, first reported in 2009 by Professor Mohe from Canada. Okay, and we have recent release also. Prisma 2020 replaced 2009 already. So this is the latest release. I don't know if they have new release or not. I don't really look at it anymore because I've already simplified Prisma process, which I'm going to teach you guys. This is the entire guideline for Prisma. Okay. Yeah, memang quite tough, Azlan. Memang quite tough. Okay. If you look at the items, this is what I call 27 items. This is the item number 1 until item number 27. You see? You have to fulfill all these requirements if you follow 100% Prisma. Okay, you have to really you will tell you, okay, describe rationale for the review, specify inclusion, exclusion, specify all databases, registers, websites, organizations, present full research strategy, specify the methods used to decide, specify the method, list, refine all outcomes, blah, 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 blah. This will take few years to write, okay? If you follow this, then got more, 14, 15, 16A, 16B, 17, 18, 19, 28, 20B. Oh my goodness, A, B, C, D. When I see this first time, I'll go, wow. So what I did, I took all of that, I simplified. Okay, this one you can find in Prisma website. You can find Prisma website. Okay, if you follow this, this is how your Prisma diagram will look like. It will be crazy as this. Okay, so what I did, this is what we call Prisma chart. Okay, but now we have a way more simplified version. Okay, which is this. All right, this is my own version, which I've already published a number of Q1 papers on my own. For my clients, already many already. I already lost count already. But for myself, I've already published several whenever I have time. Okay, 12 steps to fulfill. Okay, very simple. You just have to follow this only. So let me look at the questions here first. I am at the first stage to find topic for proposal and write 5 pages proposal summary. Do you have any service? Yeah. We have. But we can take that offline because we need to get into the details first. This is my WhatsApp. Okay, so do Boolean searches have to be the same across databases? Usually, yes, unless you got special circumstances. Where to get the notes? Definitely Prisma website. Okay, all right. So let's get to the interesting part. How do you do your systematic review? In 12 simple steps. You can download this from Telegram group. All these steps need to be mentioned in the paper. You will be writing through it, not mentioned. You will be writing through it. You will follow the process when you write. Your Prisma will be the guideline for this. Memang by default, it will be reflected in your paper. Okay? SLR don't need ethical clearance, but for medical area, health area, they will need NMRR clearance. Okay, or what is the other one? NMRR, or there's one more, Prospero. They need Prospero clearance, SLR. Okay, Prospero, not for other areas. Medical, yes, Prospero. Okay, other than that, you don't need ethical clearance. Okay, Prospero. Why SLR need MMAT? Okay, I don't know what is MMAT. I'll look into it, okay? Can be 1, can be 4, RQ can be 5, can be 2, doesn't matter, all right, depending on your area, okay? All right, so first of all, step number 1, form your research question, all right? That's the first thing you need to do. Then, preliminary search to validate the idea to assure none had done it before. Please don't use AI to do this because AI is not comprehensive, okay, not comprehensive. Or quality assessment. Quality assessment you need because once you finish all the inclusion ready, you want to make sure that the paper's content, okay, fulfills your review requirement. That's where quality assessment comes in. And normally quality assessment, you'll need 2 people to do it. Okay, you need you and your co-author to do so that there is no bias. All right. Okay. Preliminary search, because the moment systematic review is not new, very hard to publish because it's a review paper, not empirical paper. Then you set the inclusion exclusion criteria. Right? Then you search strategy, you build up by using the right keywords, the right Boolean operators, and the right filters. Okay. Then from there, you see what databases you're using. Minimum need Web of Science Scopus. All right. On top of that, you can add, if you don't have access to Web of Science, you can go for the alternative one. You can always justify it. That's okay. But if can, Web of Science is the best, especially if you want to publish high impact, especially. So, Web of Science Scopus, then you can add Springer, you can add Emerald, you can add Elsevier, you can add IEEE, Elsevier means Science Direct lah, Science Direct, IEEE Explore, you can add so many different databases. Okay. Some said from our thesis RQ, one RQ also can do one SLR. Yeah, true, can. As long as the RQ is powerful enough, you can. All right, that's how some of our clients got 4 SLR papers, 6 SLR papers, Scopus, Web of Science papers. That's how they do it. That's how we take them step by step. We go into different areas of systematic review. Minimum papers to review, I've answered this question already, depending on your Prisma chart. Totally depends on your Prisma. There is no rule of thumb that you must have 50, 100, 150. Anyone says that, that means they're an absolute idiot. All right, that means they don't know what is going on. Because everything comes down to what databases you're using, what keywords you use, how do you put your Boolean, what is your inclusion criteria, what is your exclusion criteria. So none of the papers will be the same. Okay, so that is something all of us need to understand. Minimum database 2. Okay, 2. Okay, after you finish all the search, write the protocol. Okay, this is the protocol. If you go here, search Prisma in my Telegram. If you're not on my Telegram group, you can ask for the link. My colleague will share. This is the Prisma diagram, systematic review. Okay, so this is it. Also free, You can go and download if you want to. Okay, so it's already a sample diagram for you guys. So you guys can go and download from here. I leave it to you guys. Okay, minimum keywords depends on research. Okay, minimum keywords depends on research. All right, then write the protocol, methodology, and seek for ethical clearance if required. Okay, Prospero, NMRR, sometimes they are required. Sometimes some studies are very sensitive in health area. Only then you are required to do this. Okay. Then step number 7, start screening the title and abstract. If you follow the class yesterday, okay, you can see the student failed his proposal defense because use AI. Someone said use AI to do systematic review, right? Watch the class yesterday. The student failed using AI, miserably failed, all right? So because he don't even do the screening properly, AI don't do the screening properly lah. You need to first do abstract level screening, then only title level screening. Okay, example. You get, after all the search, you get 200 papers or 2,000 papers lah, 2,000 papers. Based on your inclusion, exclusion criteria, you do abstract screening first. Okay, title and abstract. Maybe you will end up with about 590 papers after excluding everything, throw out everything. Then the 590, you go through full text screening, everything from introduction to conclusion, you read all of it, all right? Or you can use AI to filter lah. How much of risk there is? I don't know, to be honest. I don't know. Because even if you do it properly, so hard to publish. If you use AI and not do it properly, I really don't know. Okay, to be honest, I cannot really comment on that. Because I don't use, I just want to make sure I do it precisely right. Because some reviewers are crazy now. Some reviewers, one reviewer I've seen giving comments up to 15 pages, 20 pages, one reviewer. All right, one reviewer. So that's why I must be very, very careful. Some of them will go and do the search, they'll put the year, they'll put the search string, they'll put the keyword, they'll search, they'll see total paper, how many. Then they'll do the quick filtration. They'll see how many total, getting the right numbers or not. Some people do that. Then they'll tell you the numbers. Why this one, the numbers are not telling. Go check back your systematic review. We even have supervisors who do that for clients when they do systematic review. They use AI, they do all the filtration and everything. They come back, they ask me, what do I do? This is my systematic chart. I use AI. My supervisor said that number not tally. What can I do? I did not do any of the filtration. They supposed to know, but they never do the filtration, so they don't know. Okay? So then you move to full text from 590. When you go to full text, maybe you'll end up with maybe only 60 papers that are relevant. Okay, just so someone asked about gray area, right? Gray area papers. That's where you do forward, backward snowballing. Forward, backward means from the 60 papers, you look at the citations. Citation of the papers, you pick up, whichever you can pick up that is relevant. Forward snowballing, you search the paper on Google Scholar, you look at who cited these papers. You try to pick up those papers also. That is the most comprehensive way to do, right? That is the most comprehensive way. And then quality assessment, someone asked about it. This one, you'll need at least 1 to 2 authors, minimum 2 authors to do together. So you need to assess the quality of the paper. Okay? Not must. Okay, I won't say must. Some people don't do it. I personally don't do it, to be honest to you. But some reviewers sometimes will ask you to do. Then you have to add in lah. Okay, we have cases. We have cases where we do review. Some reviewers come in crazy. Some hooligans will ask you to do snowballing. They'll tell the papers are limited. Go and do snowballing, get more papers. Some people will say that. Some people don't even say. So you can leave it for the review later lah, if you want to take the risk. I don't care. We know the process. Okay. So after quality assessment, specific criteria decided by authors. How to decide quality assessment? Look at your prior papers, your literature. Okay, then finally you start reviewing all the papers, you produce literature matrix, and then you start writing your paper. Okay, what is meant by Boolean operators? Boolean operators are and, or, not. Star, quotation. These are all operators. Okay, these are all operators. Can I use AI to extract and read the selected papers? I've answered that question already. It is your risk. It is your risk. Already doing it properly itself is so hard to get acceptance these days. So hard. If you use AI and they find any mistake, that will be the end of the paper. You have to redo everything from scratch. Okay, the problem with systematic review, this is the issue with SLR. The moment you have one problem, it's like Lego, Lego, right? They build box. We build, and then we build, because it's step by step. So if one thing goes wrong, the whole thing will crumble. You have to redo from scratch, go up again. And then you have to change the window of years, keywords, everything you need to restart again. So it's a big headache, because they won't trust the paper anymore. So it's your risk. Okay, if I were you, if it's not a graduation requirement, I would use AI. Just try and see. But if it is a graduation requirement, I'm time sensitive, then I will try to do it on my own. Okay, because a lot of hallucination. Okay. Will you go in detail for the search strategy later? I don't think we will have the time today. Okay, maybe next class lah kot. When the research gap is mainly due to limited available literature, what would be the most appropriate direction for future research? When the research gap is mainly due to limited available literature. Alia, have you searched through Google Scholar, Scopus, and Web of Science? Are you 100% sure there's limited available literature? Have you searched through every single databases with the right keywords and with the right Boolean operators? You need to find out that one first, okay? So this is done. Now, most of these students, okay, not most, all of the students, okay, Nasir had two systematic review in health area, one protocol and two systematic review. Amjad had one systematic review. Shanas had two systematic review. I think no, one. Shanas had one. Jay had three systematic review. Sumati had one, I think, one. Punita had one also. Okay. Masdi one. Alicia had two, I think. Faris had three systematic review. Dr. Erwina, I forgot already how many. All of these students will surely have at least one systematic review because that is my strategy to make sure that they have papers before they graduate. That's why they all can graduate. These are all graduated on time, except this guy. Because he used AI to write everything, except this guy. Okay, maybe Punita was a bit late because of her data, but Shanas was miserable. Okay, this guy all graduated on time, top 10 university in the UK, Warwick University. All of them are systematic. That's my usual method, usual styling. Okay, after we finish their full thesis consultancy, concurrently we will start their publication also. Like I said, 100% no AI assistance, not because we're against, because I don't want fake information and fake research gaps or fake filtration. Okay, extra unnecessary work, right? So now we are coming to AI for systematic review. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. What we can do with AI here. So let's get to Prisma, ChatGPT. Okay. So I use funnel prompting. I use funnel prompting. Okay. And I'm going to use one of the papers of my client as an example. All right. So my first question to ChatGPT, do you know the processes of Prisma for systematic review? Okay. Do you know the process of Prisma for systematic review? Why? Because I want to get the attention of the AI to this particular area because the flow is so broad, right? So I want to get to this particular area. So then the float told me, yeah, he knows about the Prisma, blah, 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 all these things. Okay, I'm not bothered about that. Then next thing I asked, what could be the research questions for the topic of executive coaching in family business succession planning? Okay, this is my client's paper, which we coach and consulted, published already. Okay, exactly same area. This is something I wanted to prove to all PhD students and academicians. Be careful when you want to upload papers onto AI or your thesis onto AI platform. Okay. Here she tried to publish since 2022. We coach her chapters 1 to 3. After that, she really wanted to try publication on her own. I said, okay, go ahead, try. So she tried and tried and tried and tried. 2022 until 2020, end of 2023. From mid of 2022 until end of 2023, she cannot get it published. I think it's July 2023. Cannot get it published. I think at least 15 to 17 rejections, if I'm not mistaken. Then she gave up. She came back to us. We saw the paper. We like, what did you do? She said, I wrote the whole thing using ChatGPT. I wrote everything and I, not everything, I proofread everything in ChatGPT. She wrote on her own, sorry, my mistake. Wrote on my own because everything is from a proposal, chapters 1 to 3. But she used ChatGPT to proofread only. Okay, this is the right context, proofread only. I say, okay, good, fair enough. Then we started working from 2023, then 2024. This one 2024 accepted, right? I think 2024. Then sorry, from May. Okay, we submitted 15 May 2023, 3rd April 2024 got accepted. Okay, she tried from 2022 early until somewhere March or April, I think. And then we started May. We redo the paper, everything. We started May. Okay, that is the paper. So then when I wanted to investigate to see, and by the way, I need to also remind this paper is not an open access paper. This is a Taylor Francis Routledge super duper journal. Very, very good journal. ESCI I think it's Scopus Q2 or Q1, I think. Very, very good journal. Okay. Small research enterprise. This is not free journal. That means AI cannot access the journal. Okay. And the research question of the paper is, how would executive coaching contribute to business leadership? Very, very important. Executive coaching contribute to business leadership. Okay, see leadership. Transition to the next generation. That means succession lah. Succession to the next generation. Okay. This is the research question. These journals are not accessible by AI because it's not a free paper. You need to pay to access it. Okay. So when I ask this question, same area, what could be the research questions for the topic of executive coaching in family business succession planning? Came out first research question. How effective is executive coaching in enhancing the leadership skills of potential successes in family businesses? Sounds very familiar, right? Very, 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 very familiar. Okay, this is when I found out. I was hearing about this from computer science guys. They say, don't upload. This one from my students who are in computer science side. We talk about AI. So they told me, don't upload. They are the one who give me the warning, especially from USM. I work very closely with USM computer science faculty. So they are the one who told me, don't upload anything on the AI, don't upload the flood, train the flood, remembers everything. Okay. So then I was like, oh, really? Okay. Then I tested this. Then I say, hey, this one sounds very familiar. Okay. Then I go and do a search. All right. Let me do a search and show. Executive coaching, family business successes, leadership skills. Okay. First came up thesis 2024, but not really relevant because it's about leadership development strategy in family businesses only. It doesn't talk about executive coaching. It's not coaching topic. Okay. But when you look at the paper, this is the paper lah. Okay, my client's paper, executive coaching, leadership, family business succession, everything is there. Okay, you see, no PDF. You see this one got PDF, this one got PDF, but this paper got no PDF because the paper is not freely available online. But how AI got the information? Because she upload to Proofread. When she upload to Proofread and someone else comes along, prompt very closely related topic, and if your PhD thesis is not published yet, your paper not published yet, I can easily publish it. And I can guarantee you all these research questions are not new. These are all recycled. Recycled from either students' prompting or students' thesis, online books, existing PDF open access papers, all of these will be recycled. These are not new. Okay. So how effective executive coaching in enhancing the leadership skills of potential successes in family businesses? Okay. Where is that question? Very difficult like this. Yeah. Okay. So the bottom. Okay. So because of the space, cannot really do it properly. Okay. Anyway, now you guys know the topic. So again, how would executive coaching contribute to business leadership transition to the next generation? Exactly same research question, just paraphrased only. So dear students, please be very, very careful. Don't simply go and upload your thesis, your paper, your RORQ, your framework onto AI and ask them to read, analyze for you. You want to upload literature material already published, no problem. Don't upload your own work. Don't upload. Okay, be very, very careful. This is the greatest example. So then now students might ask me, then why do I need to use AI? When the flow just recycle everything, nothing is new. Why do I need to waste my time using it? I never ask anyone to use it, but it's just the trend. Everyone wants to use it to make their life easier, but they don't know the dark side of AI. So here I am revealing the dark side of the AI. Okay. So what then can you do? Okay. Now comes your critical thinking. How do you want to move from here? All right. So what do you do? My question now would be, if I go back to my slide, okay, I will be thinking business succession. Okay. So this is the boundary where the business being taken over by next generation, NG. Okay, previous generation, PG. Just example. Okay, they went through executive coaching, EC, okay, and then to develop leadership, L, so that the business can be taken over and run by next generation. Now, the study many done here already, as you can see. But what happens once the next generation business people takes over after the executive coaching? How do they do? What are the traits required for them to move forward? That is something that I would like to explore as part of this research. This is how you guys can think. Okay, don't let AI do all the thinking. Then what's the point? We do research, and anyway, the recycling only most of the time. Okay, not only AI, open AI, all the same. Okay, if you before you ask me the question, this software or that software, I can tell you it's the same across the board. All right, I've tested all of it, most of it at least. Okay, so what do I do next? I go and prompt, continue prompting. What are the characteristics required for a new business successor to successfully run a family business? Okay, so then, okay, these are some of the trait required. I just pick up one, decision-making ability, just randomly, okay? Decision-making ability. So then I go here, now I show you a Web of Science search. Okay, this is the Web of Science search. This is how Web of Science will look like. For those who don't know, topic, okay, here I do business successor. Okay, I add one more row. This is Web of Science search. I add one more row. I put N, also all fields lah. I put there, where is that? Decision, decision. Okay. What was the wording again? Hey, not this one. Decision making. Where's the decision making? Decision making ability. Decision making. We can just try decision making lah. Okay. So we can say decision making. Have to do a few try. Then you search. Have to re-log in again. Give me one moment. Have to log in again. Hey, wait, give me one moment. This is the problem when you use too many screens. Let me open up again. Just give me one moment. Seller, all databases. Here you go. Okay. Okay, there you go. All right. So, business successor, decision making. All right, decision making, because I want it to be what you call the open. So I want to get decision and making together. I don't want it to be single word because I'm still exploring. So I don't put the quotation mark yet. All right, I don't put the quotation mark. So from there, so far only one particular papers are looking into this specific area. So this is something very, very new. Okay, very, very recent, very, very current. So the influence from the past successes, overseas growth experience, and corporate risk taking. So only one paper. That means there's a lot of room for exploration, a lot of room for you to go and check out new topics. All right. So my advice to all of you, that's how you do search. Okay. Then from here, just now someone asked how to analyze the result, right? You need to click this button. Okay, this button. Let's say I go something a bit more common lah. This one is not so common because it's very new area. If someone looking for topic, you can consider this topic. Let's say business successor. Okay, let's say business lah. Business decision making research. Okay, so you can see 49,000 results, right? 49,000 results. Very quickly, we finish this. Then you got, this is what we call filter. These are all filtrations. When just now I said filter, right? These are all the filtrations. Publication years, quick filters, document types. This is what Ryan and every other crap, all the AI tools cannot access because these are all behind paywall. That's why I say don't even bother. You need to access all these. These are all confidential information. It's behind a paywall, right? So Web of Science categories, what particular field, so many filters you need to work through. It's not easy. Okay, then you got your analyze results. Okay, let's say you go analyze results. Here you can see lah. You can open chart, go bar chart. You can see the papers being published according to area. Then you can look at final publication year. You can see over the years how's the publication going. You can see all these numbers here, document types. Then you can look at authors. All these analytics are here. Scopus will have this if you have the paid account lah. All right, so I hope that is clear. That is Web of Science for you guys. Okay, so I've shown that already, AI part. So my advice to everyone, whatever AI gives you, please take one step further. Don't take it at face value. All right, don't take it at face value. Suddenly the class became very quiet. Everyone can follow so far? All okay? Okay, all right. So this is inclusion exclusion criteria. Okay, inclusion exclusion criteria. This is how you set the inclusion exclusion criteria lah. So this is one example topic. Educational impact of being a young carer for age 16 to 24. Just example. So inclusion, if you want less papers, you put lesser inclusion criteria. Okay, try to digest. Okay. All right. It's a lot lah in 2 hours. It's a lot. That's why I say I cannot cover all of it. Okay, excluded foster care, children in care, looked after children, and so on. Okay, now if you want more, more papers, then you need to add more 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, what happens is if you have little keywords here or little criteria here, lesser criteria, then it's very highly precise. That means your paper comes from a very specific group of papers. Sorry, very specific group of papers. You won't go into the different magnets, but your sensitivity will be very low lah. Precision high, sensitivity low. You get lesser papers. Let's say you suppose I want more papers. I want 1,000 papers. Okay, example lah. All right. Then what you do, you add more. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then your sensitivity become high, but precision becomes low. You get a lot of rubbish papers out of topic. Okay, it depends on you. That's how you play around. How you want more papers, right? That's how you play around. Okay. And then you summarize your literature, whatever you downloaded, you use AI, you do on your own, that is totally up to you. Okay, that's totally up to you. We have a template in Telegram group, how to summarize paper. I leave it to you guys. Okay, you can totally use AI, no problem. But my advice always read your papers because you don't know whatever the first summarize true or not. Many cases caught because of that. In these 3 classes in the past, including today, but the previous 3 classes I've already shown many proof of fake information. So be careful. Okay, a professor resigned his job already in number 11 university in the world. All right, because of AI. That's how bad it is. Okay, so be careful. Okay, after you finish all that, you build your literature matrix and then you start writing your paper. Okay, so databases, what databases need to be used? Okay, this to answer your question. If our unit not subscribe Web of Science, can Google Scholar, Emerald, IEEE? Can. You can. I've seen papers with that before. Best case, Scopus Web of Science. If don't have Web of Science, then you can go with any of this. Okay, there are many here. This one also has a template. All the links are given in Telegram group. So you can use all this. Okay. You can also use AI. Be my guest. It's your choice. Okay. You can use Lead Map, Consensus, Elicit, many different software. Advantages, widespread database. Not too bad. Okay, to be fair. Can analyze a paper for you. Can even draw literature matrix. Can generate beautiful literature connectivity graphs. Can. Very nice. Disadvantage, not hallucination proof. That means you'll find a lot of fake information. Not cheap. Okay. Not accepted as a database in SLR paper. You cannot mention it as a database. So many choices when Google Scholar is totally free, Web of Science Scopus paid by your uni. And you get all the information there already. And cannot, this is the killer, this is the biggest killer. Cannot access subscription-based journal. That means Elsevier, apa lagi, Springer, Emerald, all these top journals lah. AI cannot access. Lead map is good. Okay, lead map is good. Consensus, litmus, I think consensus is a bit more older compared to litmus, but depends on individual lah. All right. Telegram link my colleague will be sharing very soon. Okay, now most important case for Turnitin AI papers, be very, very careful. Okay, some 15%, some 20%, some 30%, but guaranteed will be rejected if your Turnitin AI is high. Okay, after new bypasser detection capability, that means all humanizing tool became useless, literally, totally useless. Undetectable AI, Stealth Writer, Walter Wrights, Quillbot. Quillbot is the most useless one. Okay, all of it cannot be turned in AI already. You need manual paraphrasing. This is since released the news 27 August, became live October 15, 2025, and it's only becoming stronger, very, very strong. And all Scopus publishers, Web of Science publishers, unwritten law, these are the numbers. 15, 20, or 30%, depending on journal. Okay. Is it wise to cite RCF paper? RCF paper normally AI will give, which is rubbish, don't cite. Okay. How to reduce AI Turnitin? Very good question. That's what we do. Okay, these are associate professor, I think, from Taiwan. Okay, Pei Huan Sai. From Taiwan, use Grammarly. Okay, kena sangkut AI. We had to paraphrase everything. See, we don't use any humanizing tool. We paraphrase from 94% to 0%. Then finally, she published the Web of Sciences here Q1, top 6 in the world. Okay, Scopus Q1, Web of Science Q1, impact factor 13.1, very high impact. And same goes to another student here, Dr. Jalao. This one are the ones I can reveal. Got many lah. Got too many already. Okay, also use Grammarly. I think I think she used Quillbot to proofread. He used Grammarly to proofread, if I'm not mistaken. 94% detected, then we have to paraphrase all the chapters lah. Okay, until get 13 AI 0%. Okay, so the only way is to manually paraphrase. If you want to learn, if you don't want to hire, I do agree. Why not? You can check out this video on my YouTube and this video. I've given two full-length lesson, okay, on my YouTube channel, and getting a lot of views because all of them are stuck. Royally, suddenly my YouTube became on fire. 24,000 views. This one now became 15,000 views because so many students struggle. They all unsubscribe humanizing tools because cannot work already. It doesn't work. You have to rewrite on your own. And this one, I will teach how to do 3-layer paraphrasing to get Turnitin AI 0%. Okay? All right, Web of Science I've shown already. Now we are coming to the final part of it. Before that, since SLR is a separate process from our main thesis, the SLR RQ or gap may be different from our main thesis. So far, we have never seen that. So far, it's always the same. Unless proposal uses AI. Because AI research gap is all recycled. It is not new research gap. I can guarantee that part because we are not in AGI yet. We are still in NAI. We are still in NAI. We are not in AGI, Artificial General Intelligence. We are not here yet. We are still in narrow AI. Narrow AI cannot generate new idea. Okay, it will only recycle, right? Paraphrase and will sound new, but it's actually not new, right? RC paper, no. Reduce AI Turnitin, I mentioned already. For SLR, can we cite paper for master's PhD paper or PhD paper? Or we can only cite paper published in journal conference. Usually published only. Usually published only. Do you have class for research? We do coaching, yes, one-to-one. Teaching, paraphrasing, class held. That one is a full-length video. You can go and watch. Full-length video. Okay, Jenny? All right. So now breaking down the papers. We are out of time already. So, chapters 1 to 3. Okay, this is our strategy normally. You can produce from your proposal, SLR paper, scoping review paper, concept paper. This is what we do for our clients, okay, after we coach the chapters 1 to 3. Then from the chapters 4 and 5, okay, 4 and 5 chapters, they can do empirical paper, as many as they want, depending on their data set, meta-analysis, systematic review, and scoping review paper. This is the nominal breakdown, nominal breakdown, how we break down. So in total, easily, one can write about 6 papers from a thesis. Okay, 6 papers. All right, so that is that. And this is a very good example of how far good research with very good coaching, very good proofreading, and very good publication can go. This is Dr. Sharifa's post-Viva result. She passed her PhD without correction, no correction in the development of a cognitive intervention module for post-chemotherapy breast cancer survivors, okay? She got 0 correction, okay? And part of the reason from the examiner's report, the candidate has already published substantial components of the thesis. She published 4 Web of Science journals. two systematic review, two empirical. Okay, and she got the golden lock lah. No correction. She finished, got a PhD, moved on. UM. Okay, so University of Malaya, one of the top universities lah. Okay, so that's how a powerful publication can help towards your thesis. Okay, all right, and how important is proofreading? All right, so remember this, how important. Good content, bad language, no one can understand or appreciate. This is true. Same like a movie. Bad content, good language also useless. Okay, some people give me bad content, they say, Doctor, proofread. I want Web of Science paper. Doesn't help. Readers are happy because it's good to read, but no value. So you need good content and good language together to publish. All right. So that is where proofreading is very, very crucial. This is Dr. Harold's paper, one of his systematic review paper, and that is what we did for the paper. Okay, most of his published systematic review papers we proofread. Okay, for those from Malaysia knows lah. Paraphrasing, proofreading, editing, and structuring. And for those who are writing thesis or proposal, you will get up to 30% off for your proposal and thesis proofreading, not 13 AI, proofreading only. Okay, and you get lifetime language warranty as well. Okay, the pricing are all in my website, but nonetheless, if you need more information, mana lah pula? It's not coming out. Okay, there you go. That's my WhatsApp link. Okay. So with that, these are the free notes. I'll email all of you. Kelvin, share registration link. Okay, my colleague will be sharing the registration link. Website is here. Proofreadingbyphd.com. Okay, so you guys can go there, the top one. I don't know why it's not coming. Okay, let me share from here. Okay, this is the website. That is the registration form. So I can send you systematic review related notes and sample papers as well. All right. You can go through it. I will email to you guys. So for those who are stuck with in their PhD, we coach you until you graduate on time or graduate before time, like them. Okay. And for papers, if you're stuck, we also coach your publication, Scopus and Web of Science. Non-index, we don't touch. Waste of time. Don't even bother publishing a non-index unless the journal is going towards Scopus. Then it's okay. Then it's bonus. Go for it. All right. Then our Turnitin AI solution. Okay. How we paraphrase lah. Guaranteed 0% Turnitin AI. All right. We will scan the Turnitin for you. We'll pass to you the full Turnitin copy. So you don't need to worry. So if you are stuck, do not worry. We coach with 0% AI usage. Okay. PhD proposal coaching, Scopus Web of Science paper, proposal defense preparation, proposal defense examiner response, data analysis and interpretation, that means your chapter 4 and 5, or the empirical part of your paper, thesis to journal conversion, depends on how many papers you want, Viva preparation for your PhD or Masters, and thesis examiner response after your Viva. Okay? All right, so that's what we do, apart from proofreading and paraphrasing. This one I think we can skip. I think I have enough ideas already, okay, from all of you who attended before. So with that, I think we can end the class. Thank you very much. Let me look at the questions now. Let me stop sharing. All right, so we are done for the day. Fourth class finished already. Jenny already emailed. I'll get back to you. Too many queues, Jenny. Sorry to keep you waiting. Okay, sorry to keep you waiting. Website I shared ready. Estimated how long does it take for original research manuscript? Nowadays, Scopus 6 months to 1.5 or 1.8 years. Anything sooner than that, you really need to check. Maybe there is definitely something scammy about the journal, unless it's special issue. Special issue is still okay. All right. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much. How long will your proofreading take? Depending on page count. If thesis, I can take even 3 to 4 weeks because long thesis can. Kalau paper, journal, I think couple of days. Okay, couple of days will do. Okay, how can we know if journal is not predatory? You can check on bills list. Okay, but bills list still not updated lah, but can check lah. If final screening is 60 papers, do I need to include all the paper in my writing? Yes, of course. Need to include all. How to publish fast? By going for scam journals lah. That's the only way. Or you go for MDPI lah, rubbish journal. You just go for that. That's the only way. There is no shortcut for that. Everyone is waiting, bro. The whole world is waiting to publish fast. But there's more and more journals are getting kicked out from Scopus and Web of Science. They just keep kicking out. Okay, because scam publication, editor complot, they try to publish fast, they'll find out. Now, monthly journals are getting kicked out from Scopus and Web of Science. Elsevier, Helion, Elsevier got kicked out from Web of Science. Okay, that's how bad it is. That's why journals now, minimum criteria, they want to go for 6 months, unless special issue. Okay, so this is what you need to be very, very careful. So Jenny, please WhatsApp me your email address, Jenny. No problem. What happened if you publish on Scam Journal? You won't be Scopus anymore. You'll be kicked out. So all your money, your material, the moment it becomes online, Scam Journals, you cannot reuse anymore. No, you cannot rewrite and submit to new journal anymore. There is no way. Okay. So then amazing stuff. Thank you. Thank you. How much proofreading costs for approximately 200 pages? Later you can WhatsApp. I will tell you the pricing always on my website. Okay. Really helpful class. Best select special issues. You can check. You can check special issues. All right. Not necessarily they're always, but normally they'll have a timeline. You can try and see. Simple case report also have to wait for 1 year. Exactly. See, Nurazan said simple case report 1 year to publish. First chapter 1 class, I think somewhere end of February or March. Okay. Is there any chance going email from scammer to publish paper under them? Yes, all the time. All the time. For coach proposal, which service choose in website? You can get in touch with me. Just WhatsApp me. Okay, just WhatsApp me. Now, shortly, Kelvin will share all the link to register and all Telegram link, everything. You guys can join also. Regular versus special issue. Special issue, normally, a journal, normally MDPI will have the most special issue. That means they just want to make more money. That's it. All right. Does our graduation will be taken back if accidentally submit? Yeah, of course. No, you cannot. Once you graduate ready, then it's okay lah. Once you submit and then accept ready, you pay still Scopus, and then you quickly graduate. Dah graduate ready, then the flag kick out. It's okay. All right. I think they won't come back for you. But normally nowadays you cannot go that far. The moment accept now, the following month itself, the journal getting kicked out. The whole journal get kicked out very fast. Now every month they're kicking out, so you cannot really escape. Okay. So I hope that is clear. Then if taking so long, how to grade on time for PhD? Itulah kena start awal. That's the problem lah. Yeah, you're right. Good question. Thank you, Dr. Y. Follow your teaching since I was a student. Now I still follow because I need to teach students. Thank you, Nibros. Thank you. Thanks for joining. Okay, so that's it. Why not publication so slow? Because too many rubbish people from AI. Too many. So imagine you got one pipeline, okay, and then you got a lot of rubbish jamming the pipeline. What will happen? Slow lah. Lot of rubbish papers jamming the pipeline. So editor tired. Oh, it's going on overload already. So that's why they just reject. They very quickly reject. Okay. Yes, true. Some universities don't allow MDPI. That's why I say when AI tools, when you do literature review there, when the flag give you a lot of MDPI frontiers, try not to use it lah. It look very bad. They will know it's mostly from AI. From your reference list itself, you will know it's from AI. Very easy to find out nowadays. And supervisors are very pro already. They can use, but when you use and fail, my question is very simple. Reviewer use, supervisor use. End of the day, who's on the losing side? Students on the losing side. Okay, so you must know how to use and when to use lah. That's all I will tell. Does publication equal to go to conference? Depending on universities. Usually no, but depending on university. Those working at research center need to publish 2 papers per year. Yes, all the best to you, Siti. All the best to you. NIH, we work very closely actually. We work very closely. Okay, we do a lot of papers for them. Okay, so with that, I think we can call it a day. Thank you very much to everyone who joined all our 4 classes. Recording you can find on YouTube. My colleague will share the link. Kelvin, please proceed to share the link. And registration, please make sure you guys register. Are you guys all in our WhatsApp group? On YouTube, on Facebook? Are you guys all on our WhatsApp group? Please let me know. If you're not, let me know. Then only we can share the link. Otherwise, we won't share. We will just end the class and go and eat my lunch. Okay, so if you are not in our WhatsApp group, please let me know. Okay, Kelvin, give website on Facebook. They're asking for a website. Yeah, Facebook. Check for the website. Comments. Okay, so YouTube, anyone not on our WhatsApp group, link for Facebook? Yeah, just only going to have lunch because I didn't have time to have lunch earlier. So I'm going to have lunch after this. So, Kelvin, share the WhatsApp group in Zoom. Okay, WhatsApp group in Zoom. Kusai, unfortunately, I don't read Arabic, bro. I wish I can, but I don't. Okay, how long does it take PhD thesis writing? Oh, nowadays with AI, I think you can do it in a day. You just prompt, paste only. No worries, Deepa, no worries. Okay, what to do? Duty calls. Okay, so that's it, guys. Thank you so much. I'll just wait for the link, Kelvin, to share, and then I'll end the class. Yeah, whatever WhatsApp group. If you're in any of the WhatsApp group, nothing to worry. Okay, whatever WhatsApp group, Facebook. Okay, Facebook, and then yeah, those are all the links lah. Okay, so Kelvin very nicely shared all the links already, so you guys can join the group also if you want to. I'll leave it to you guys. Okay, so take the link, pick up the link. No problem. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, please ask. If there's no more questions, then I think enough already kot. Dah banyak kot. Kan? Thank you, doctor. No problem. No worries. I wish you guys all the best. Okay? WhatsApp group done. Okay. So with that, guys, thank you very much. See you. Bye-bye. All the best. Very good evening to all of you. Have a very good year ahead. Okay? So bye-bye. Thank you. I'll end the class now.